And we're finally back. And we're underground again. Oh no.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Proceeds to worry more. Mandy, you
what?
should know.
Oh.
You should know better than this. We both have anxiety. Telling someone not to worry only makes it worse.
Oh no! See, if you want to send me into a spiral, fucking instantly, you start a sentence or a DM with, "Hey, can we talk?
Ooh.
Oh
Can I
yeah.
talk to you
No.
about something?" No, you may not. God, I wish you wouldn't.
We do not speak. No words.
Can I talk to you about
Forbidden.
something? Absolutely not. I'm busy. Bidoo. Discord leave sound.
Also, give me.
Oh wait, there it is.
See that joke works for all of you, but because I have OBS up, I will never hear the sounds. I never know when anyone leaves a call. I have to first go. I have my warning is always someone calling me going, "Oh no!" At which point I'm like, "Oh, SpongeGar."
Hello, Wes. Hello, Bobbert.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh yeah, Bob. Remind me later to send you a picture of a character from a mobile game that I mess around with that I realize is just a fusion of you and Bosco.
Oh no.
I mean, it's in the call text. If you scroll up a little, you'll see it.
Oh, I saw it, but my response will still continue to be, "Oh no."
Oh come on! Who didn't need to see a plague doctor in the color of the Chicago Bears? That's the best.
Burst.
So wait, I have a legitimate question. And I promise that this line of thought is relevant. If it has fur, it's a furry. If it has scales, it's a scaly. What happens if it has feathers?
It has a cloaca.
Damn it! I knew the answer to this.
I knew the answer to this too. Actually, I can't remember.
So where I'm going with this line of thought is congratulations, plague doctor with the football uniform. That's just Bosco's whatever Sona.
Oh, apparently they're just called avians or featheries.
Yeah, see, I was about to say, I just Googled it and I'm like, yeah, I got avian.
Bosco feathery Sona confirmed.
Feather
Oh.
soda. Christ.
Yeah.
And this is when I turn around and say that my opinions do not reflect on the stream. This is a joke. Mr. Bosco, please don't sue me.
You say that.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say not me sitting here having made Bosco both a basketball and a fucking Chicago Bulls Padoru.
Yeah, I paid for those, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Actually, wait, I don't think you did. You just said, "Hey," and I went, "Hold on a second." Cracks knuckles. Challenge accepted. Let's see how badly Bosco will hate me after this. Proceeds to ignore me permanently.
I'm already on that man's shit list. I don't need worse.
Meanwhile, I've yet again joined a
great
game.
Padoru. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I've yet again been pulled into a different game, not counting this one, where I am with has-been fans, and it has not come out that I have worked with, modded for, and just regularly hung out with the voice of the Red Deer.
I want to point out, I'm not actually on his shit list, but he often gives me shit for my username, and I think it's hilarious.
Jesus, Vaughn, it's been 3 years since the Padoru plague.
Yep, and it's just about time for us to bust them all out again.
Oh God, I don't know if I can do it again this year.
Keep
Amanda-
Mariah carrying ice until December. Too early. Fucking early.
See, I need to get a Padoro version of my new Neko Sona, I guess is what you call it.
Alexona?
No, because see, Neko Sona is very specific. It is a very specific type of Sona. It is not, it cannot be conflated with any other kind of Sona. So yes, Sako, that's correct.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so not for real. The Zako Doru is honestly the favorite one I've ever fucking done.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, actually, yeah, it's the Zako Doru and the Funk Doru. Because fucking helmets and mecha themed things is really hard for me to do.
Can I point something out, and I mean this in the most loving way possible?
Huh?
Yes.
The art style that most of your Sona stuff is drawn in reminds me of Sergeant Frog.
Yes.
Yes.
Get a Gunso. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of that in like a very endearing way.
I love Sergeant Frog.
This is
God,
why we're friends.
God, I haven't thought about
I
Sergeant
actually
Frog in a
found a
really long
Sergeant
time.
Frog. I actually found a Sergeant Frog shirt in one of the Japanese stores I went to here, which I didn't even think they would still have merch of that.
Be careful, or else I was about to say I am not drunk enough to start singing this theme to Cromartie High. Okay.
Listen, I'm sorry.
That being said, I literally went out of my way to find the theme to Cromartie High on the internet because there's no place for you to get it legally. Because A is Japanese, B, anything Cromartie High is almost lost media even in Japan.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I managed to get it, and at one point I also knew the entire theme to the bit where they just hum a song and infect everyone like it's the fucking plague. Wait a second, oh no, it came back to me. Entire 10-minute bit of just that.
Good. Good.
But speaking of things that have gone on for too long, so is some of this opening. So hey, maybe we should start introducing ourselves, folks. 1, 2, 3, not it.
No, they have to guess.
I'll do it.
You can't see it, but I'm touching my nose. Okay.
Zako, really quick. That GIF, but you're Sona. Okay, continue.
if I knew someone who would animate, I would.
I can recommend somebody. Her name is Mizuki. And her commissions are open.
But as for me, yes, hi, I am Zako Duo. You can find me at Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky at Zako Duo. For the next week, we are in overdrive mode because Like a Dragon no, not Gaiden. Was it Gaiden? Yeah. Like a Dragon Gaiden comes out next Wednesday, and we're still in Ishin. So probably after this stream and probably tomorrow, I'm going all in on just speeding through the story and getting Ishin done as fast as possible. So no more side questing, unfortunately. Outside of that, we'll be doing Spider-Man 2. We're still pretty early into that. Anything else on the docket? Maybe we'll try to get some other games under our belt since November is a little dry now. But outside of that, that's all I have. I'm going to pass the... Oh boy, what should we have it today? What's a dangerous children's toy?
Sky
All
dancers.
of them.
Moonshoe. I'm going to throw the Moonshoe to Citric.
Fine, Monshu. Okay, hi. I am Citric. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Citric King, and that everywhere is Blue Sky, Twitter, Tumblr, Newgrounds, Instagram, etc., etc. I draw things sometimes, and you can find those sometimes there. Otherwise, I am here every Friday when we have a game. So that's pretty much me. So Moonshu is bouncing all the way to Manda.
Huh? Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Manda. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Mandaloo. I'm literally everywhere on everyone else's channel but my own. Fuck. Yeah, that's really about all I got at the moment. Vaughn, go.
Well, first we have to have our lovely DM extraordinaire go.
There is, yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. Sarah's go.
I'm not here. Hi, you can find me on the interwebs in 2 different places, either at TXDXL or at TixDixel. I am doing the art stuff, of which you will, assuming all goes according to plan, see some samples of tonight. So if you like pretty art and stuff and things, that's what you can find me up to and doing. I do, in fact, have the Ko-Fi, where you can pay me to do arts of a variety of types, if you so want to. Or if you just feel generous and want to support me in a monetary way, you can do you can do that. That is a thing that you can do. And then you can find me here making the absolute most blessed and cursed experiences for the four of these lovely human beings every Friday evening. Huh?
You can say idiots. Come on.
No. We're just a bunch of trash pandas. It's fine.
Correct. I am in fact a pan. No, I'm just kidding.
But over here doing the DM thing, and like I said, making their lives full of blessed and cursed experiences every Friday that we are doing the stuff and thing on the channel that is this channel, who is run by our lovely host, Vaughn.
Why, hello there. Well, I'm not shitposting in chat, which is a second. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly our party dynamic. That being said, hey, you've already found me here, twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, and now Patreon at BurnoutVaughn. Well, technically it's the Burnout Bar, but hey, who's counting? Not many people. Please, come help us there. That's how we can keep making content for you guys. In fact, soon, you can get more content over there, because me and Citric did a lot of hard work in properly collating all of the stuff that we have prepared assets for in terms of homebrew, and I went through most of last week formatting that homebrew. A lot of it. I think I got something like 14 or 15 subclasses like properly formatted, and now they just need to be organized. So probably gonna be putting out a poll over on the Patreon to find out what subclass we should do. I'm thinking about putting up at least the 4 that have appeared on this channel as homebrews for all the different characters I played across all these different games. So yeah, if you want to see some of that, or something that you've never seen before, go ahead and check it out. Aside from that, we just finished up our B-side playthrough for Claire, meaning that the next time we are able to, because there might be a week or two off for Wizard Sibs Plays, where we play through horror games as our D&D personas, look forward to that, because the next one will probably be Resident Evil the 3 make, because we weren't being menaced enough by Mr. X. We have to go to the much better, more improved version. Ugh. But aside from that, also tomorrow, guess what? We're back for Saved by the Spell. I know we threw you for a curve. Yeah, I know we threw you for a curveball last week when we decided to do more No Love War Extra, but now we're back on track, and things should be back to normal. So with all that said, I think it's time for me to just reach on over and press the button for our theme song. So first I have to go do this thing here, and then I press the button.
Press the button.
Escape. To be forgotten forever.
That was basically me anytime I had to travel, because if I can't find a good movie on the flights from Japan to the States, I'm just napping and letting the brain wander. And then when I get to the States, I'm more than likely going to be on a plane that has crap Wi-Fi, or it just doesn't work. So I've had to get some note taking done.
Well, that's when you just you take your portable hard drive, you fill it full of content, and then you just go through it. Also, hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Come back.
Also, I see what you did, Manda.
What? I do lots of things. You're gonna have to be more specific, my guy.
The Meme and Comedy Club.
Oh, yeah. No. Look me in the eye and tell me that's not the truth. I dare you.
I mean, it is. It is. We know our party dynamic.
I'm so glad that you all have a great warm-up to get you into character today.
Also, Citric did remind me of something, so let me do that real quick. There, we're back in the sewer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. You guys, you did decide to do 2 different overlays.
No, Citric decided I can never control him, so I just accept it.
I said he did. I said he decided. Which, thank you, Citric. You didn't have to do that.
Oh god. Where
You
does
see,
my sheet go?
if it was an
There
active
it is.
choice, it happens.
Side-eyed.
Well, that being said, I should probably also throw up the game screen. There we go. Now everybody can see where we
Oh.
are.
So, since it's been 2 weeks, who would like to do the recap?
I did it last time. It's someone else's turn.
I know
Well, if I
that
might.
just by the episode numbers that we haven't all gone a second time yet.
I do believe Sago went twice in a row, though.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, because Manda said, like, you did it last time, but that's not what I remember. I believe Sago went twice in a row for, like, we all did one round, and then Sago went twice. Am I correct with that?
Maybe.
I have it that Vaughn went in episode, I believe, 6, and then episode 7 was Zako.
And this is episode 8.
How do I know
I had
this?
it.
How do I know this? Because I've been keeping track of y'all's bonuses to make sure that they get deleted by the next session.
Fair enough. So,
So,
Amanda.
Huh?
Manda or Citric?
Not it.
Fine, I'll do it, no problem. So, since where do we start? Well, our investigation has taken us like all the way from the Undercity to back to the surface, where we were after following the tracks. We started picking up pieces of information of where, like, what events on the surface may be related with the steel of the artifacts we are looking for. Following those clues, eventually we went to the sim clinic of Dr. Leisner, who pointed us to the direction to Professor Thesis. We were going to talk with them in order to find out about the magical hampering nullifiers, things to stop magic. They were being developed there. In the process of trying to get that information, we ended up in a brawl with a bunch of like hellhounds. That was a lot of damage. Following that, we were going to go back down to the maze, but we made a pit stop on Talia's inn. The thing is, like, we went there through the back door, which ended up being a secret lift to an underground like labyrinth on like below her place. She ended up being a Nimir secret agent, so that was fun. And after like comparing notes, now we are back to the maze and trying to get to Golgari territory and see what we can find there. Did I
Hey,
miss anything?
Citric. Nope, I
Yes?
don't believe so. Do you currently have inspiration?
I used it last time.
Give yourself a die of inspiration.
Yay! Thank you.
Let's go.
And as I get the music going, there is one more thing that you all immediately, upon re-entering the maze, set your eyes to, and that is the fact that from your little puzzle solving a couple episodes ago, Victor had taken a mushroom from a different part of the maze and decided to try using it to solve the puzzle. And while at the time it was disconnected, as he had cut it off at the stalk, you all notice that it is now actually growing in the place where Victor put it. So within less than actually 24 hours, it has gone from being independent and you would expect dying to now fully growing in this segment of the maze. And that is immediately where we last left off.
Wonder if that one leads somewhere new, she says, pointing at it.
I was actually about to check that. The way that it's growing into the ground, oh boy. Does it look like its roots have somehow been wired similarly to the way that the other mushrooms have been?
Yes.
Oh dear.
You don't even need an investigation check to notice that. As it is no longer growing just out of the ground, it seems to be growing as if it is a part of the maze walls.
Ooh. Well, I can confirm that, yeah, it looks like it's hooked up to the circle now.
Pyle will kind of tilt her head a little bit. I wouldn't try that yet, because if it does send you somewhere, there's no guarantee that the she'll wiggle her fingers. The bibbity bobs will be there to send you back.
Yeah, this is a fresh one, unless weirdly it automatically grows on the other side. Finn shrugs. But yeah, we can test that later.
Well, add it to the to-do list. And she'll kind of give the mushroom a bit of an eye, like, I'm watching you.
Yeah, no, the second that they saw this, like, without saying a word, Ollie just literally does all of the movements the "that's bait" meme I just posted. Man, I love that movie.
Such a good movie.
But alright, we have a watcher to find. So there's one path we didn't explore. We didn't really mess around with that giant tree.
Giant tree's closest, so...
Alright, I hope it's not surrounded by more enemies.
Me too, because I'm a little tired, she says. We'll re-warn the party that if you get booped, you're going to have to rely on your potions.
So, are we moving there?
Yes, I believe so. You may want to take point.
Fair enough.
Remember, avoid the walls.
Yep.
Finn, like, teeter-totters on his feet, just be like, stay back, stay back.
Pyle will probably bring up the rear and keep the two squishies in the middle.
Yeah. Victor is walking shield in hand, and his battle axe on the other.
Weapons
Making sure nothing is moving around.
Well, that's a little difficult now, don't you say? As all of those vines that are sort of blowing in the breeze do unfortunately seem to be moving. However,
Speaking of,
yeah.
if I may, this wall
Yeah.
over here,
Huh?
did it grow back in place, or is it still
It
missing?
sure did grow back in place. I'm so glad you noticed that. Seems to have stitched itself together in such a way that you couldn't even tell that the hole that was withered inside of it was ever dead to begin with. It looks just like when you first saw it, as if it were brand new.
Mhm.
Question.
Potential
May I-
answer.
May I roll a perception check to see if I can, like, hear anything creeping around?
For sure. Perception check. In fact, anyone who would like to do a perception check, please do so and indicate if you're doing visual, smell, or audio.
Hit.
Do.
Ugh.
Visual.
Damn it. I should have went with my passive. Oh well.
Although, let me check something real quick, just to be safe.
I am going for audio, actually.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Ooh.
Okay, yep, perception, visual.
Visual.
Yeah. Farts, 11.
It's thinking about it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's thinking.
right, I had to turn off... Okay, give me 1 second.
You're good.
I had to turn off Beyond 20 because my Chrome acted up last week.
Amazing.
In a day for Chrome.
We love it here.
Try that again.
Active suffering intensifies.
Come on. There we go. 16.
Okay, we'll take this one. So, we'll start with the auditory. Pyle, the sounds you hear in the music are the sounds that you hear. Like the sounds of the frogs, the groaning, the bubbling. That is what you hear. Just as the first time you dawdled about, you hear the sounds of what I can only describe to you as bog or swamp ambiance. Victor,
Yes.
I don't know how well it's going to show up. However, you hear a very close coming from over here. Come on, roll 20. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Yeah, so from the other side of the tree, you hear it from the, shall we say, southwest.
Mm-hmm.
And following that groan, you hear
Victor will look at the group and say, there is something moving southwest.
Well, let's hope it's friendly.
I don't know how to tell you this, Victor. There's lots of things moving.
Yeah.
Hey, as you say that, Pyle,
Mm-hmm.
this vine over here waves in your direction.
There's a very active squint as she like kind of puts up her shield like, don't you fucking dare.
Speaking of, it is still time for visual time. Interestingly enough, one thing that you do notice, Finnegan, these vines, well, they're not vines, they're tree branches. And they look not quite dead, but definitely twisted, gnarled. Seem to be almost like it's odd, but it almost looks like fingers tapping on a surface as it shifts along the thorny vines, creeping over top of it like the claws of a hand. On a 16 perception, you will also note that, visually speaking, the trees over here in that trap from that wall nearest to where the wither had occurred also seem to be kind of lightly raking at the ground, almost in like a taunting sense.
I think the tree's making fun of me. That's all. That's all Finn relegates.
Finn, it's a tree. They don't do that.
Finn immediately gestures to all the maze moving around them. Like, I don't know what level of sentience we're working with here, but I feel like it's mocking me.
They do that sometimes.
And Finn does like the gesture, like, see?
Just a second. I literally had to go into a different DM to get the proper reaction for this. So, just gonna. Okay. There we go. That's just Ollie looking at Finn. Just the most narrowed eyes of just like, this is the horse I've hitched myself to.
That's not true. You're on the ground. I'm not carrying you at all. Yeah, no, fucking Pyle is looking at Finn like, are you sure, sweetie? Are you okay?
I want Ollie really quickly to roll me a perception check with advantage.
Okily dokily. Do.
Perfect.
Lovely
That's
advantage.
it is with advantage, so it's a 21.
Mhm.
So both Finn and Ollie, you both like looking over and Pile in this moment notice that one of the vines on the wall closest to her begins to flick at her horsetail, as if playing with it like a person playing with their long hair.
Oh no. Okay. First of all, Miss Pyle, we're gonna need you to just come. He's just gonna be like, "Yep, follow us. Just look at me. Just don't look back. No, just come this way, forward."
Pyle very innocently looks at Ollie, and she she just kind of regards him and just kind of moves forward gently. No, you can see it on her face. No thoughts, head empty.
Yep, and then he's just going to slowly direct. So, this is going to sound very out of character for me, but I think the maze is our friend now. He will gesture to it. I'm gonna assume it's now waving at us again.
I would love, and of all the things that I thought I was going to ask for this evening, this was not one of them. I would love for all four of you to roll me an insight check on the maze.
See, I was kind of hoping for charisma. Flirt with the tree.
Listen,
I mean, if you want to, you'll have to role play it out first.
Dryads,
I got
woo.
15.
10.
11.
That nat 20 on the other side.
I know, it hurts.
It's taunting you just as much as this maze is.
And that's fine. She's
I want-
a 10 track. She's too busy trying to figure out, is Ollie finally being a little playful? Is he lightening up? I love this.
I want to point out that we are basically like a private investigation group. We suck at insight.
I'm gonna say, Victor, you are gonna get. I'm gonna go ahead and give you advantage on this roll because this is your home. This is your territory.
Home field advantage? Heck yeah.
Yeah. So with that said, you all pass. Unironically.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. This is a taunt. This is not necessarily. It's not necessarily friendly as an ally friendly, but it's not necessarily outwardly hostile. It's a little bit of both. It's taunting all of you. As if watching to see what your next move is. You've come back. You've come back for more. What are you going to do?
Go ahead, Vaughn.
I was just gonna say at that point, Ollie goes from worried to annoyed, and if I could, he would just slip into his form of dread for a second and be like, "Do you really want to do this again?" But he can't. I only have so many uses of that.
And Finn's just going to take a little walk here and try to peer at the tree again, see if it's any different than the last time he looked at it.
Roll me a nature check.
I am so smart. 17.
Nice.
It's a lot. So here's the thing: is it's more gnarled than it was yesterday, and the positioning of all of the branches that are closest on the side of the tree do seem to be leaning closer to you all.
And specifically, any signs of the person or thing that Victor detected heading this way?
That's going to require your choice, but it's going to give you a different results of either a survival or perception check.
What is my survival? Bleh. You know what? Yep. I don't think I've rolled survival that much here. Let's try it. It's the less optimal roll, but who knows? Oh, 17 again.
Very nice.
You, for a moment, aren't sure. And then you notice in the ground. It's hard to see. It's so easy to miss amongst the moss and the fungus and the mud and the fog. But you do see what I can only describe as partial footprints, humanoid footprints, making their way to the other side of the giant tangle of branches and brambles. But unfortunately, as you get closer, as your gaze get, I should say, because you haven't moved, your gaze gets closer to the tree, it becomes lost. As that thicket, that intertwined, tangled mess of tree branches and vines from the maze, they don't close it off necessarily. It looks like you could squeeze through, but it definitely makes it difficult to see if anything has gone through it recently.
With that, Finn will relay to the group. Well, there are definitely footprints here, but they kind of vanish as they go towards the the tree. As Finn points towards it, we could probably squeeze through, but as he looks at the alive forest, whether it'll let us is another question.
You'll see like you'll see like a small bit of ghost activity around Ollie. I don't think it could actually stop me. And if you all stand close enough, I think that'll be fine.
I'd rather not
We
pick
may-
a fight with the maze.
We may not need to fight. Victor will actually start walking here in front of the tree.
Okay,
Quick question.
quick answer.
This where I'm pinging was the area where I found the pieces of the sword, right? I believe
no.
this. Or,
Was
If you scroll up a little bit,
Was it-
Amanda, I'll ping where it is.
uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh no, you're fine.
You're good.
That's one of the.
This was the area where you all fought the weird rotted twig monsters.
Fair. I'm just gonna explain fucking Pyle's bad perception is because she's busy looking along the ground for anything.
No, that's fair.
She's only half paying attention to the vines. She's like, I'm a metal detector right now.
Holds up shield. Found some.
Looks at shield, looks at ground. Not the right kind of metal.
So what did Victor want to do as you approached the giant tree? Mind you, I wanna elaborate. This tree is about the same height with branches at all levels as one of those big old sequoia trees from in California. So this towers over the actual like walls of the maze to the point where it's bending along, well, like it's taking over the space in a sense.
Mhm.
Has war flashbacks to being a landscaper.
Mhm.
As Victor approaches, does the tree move in any way?
I mean, it's been moving this whole time, but it doesn't change the way that it's moving, if that's what you're asking.
Victor will go there. Do I still hear the groans from the other side?
Oh, absolutely, you do. In fact, now that you're a little closer, carrying over that perception check, you also hear the squishing of mud, like sloshing of someone or something walking through the very, very murky, muggy dirt and grime of the maze floor.
I am Victor. I am with the Golgari under the tutelage of Brev. And we are looking for the warden.
Roll me a persuasion check.
See how this goes. There we go. Yep, that's my boy. That's a
That's
6.
persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah,
I did perception. I'm stupid.
Nope. We are persuading the tree. The tree. You hear loud creaking as it proceeds to bend ever so slightly to the north, as in closer to the wall.
Does that mean that we have now passage from here?
You can roll an insight check on the tree if you would like.
I mean, I would. I am rolling hot tonight. That's a 3.
As far as you're aware, it could be granting you passage. It could be pointing in a direction. You're not really sure what its intention is, but it is definitely entangling itself a little bit more tightly to this northern wall up here.
Victor will look at the group. Yeah. Wait a minute. I will try. You may need to yank me out. And starts walking.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, Finn will attempt to be on standby to pull Victor out.
Pyle will wander up next to Finn
Yeah.
and move her like right around over here,
So,
putting her shield and mace away so she can grab him.
describe for me what exactly it is you are doing to move forward.
Victor will move towards the tree, try to avoid any like branches in the way, and slowly like put a hand on, like if like because Victor is big, if he has to squeeze in, he will first like place a hand on the tree to see if there is any hostility. Nothing happens. He will try to move in ever so cautiously to pull back if needed. Past a certain point, it's not going to be a matter of caution and just getting squashed, but he's trying.
I'm gonna need a strength save from you.
Figured. Let's go. See, now that's better. That's a 19.
He's just warming up. It's fine.
All right. Let me do something really quick.
I was about to say, everyone on this call is a Midwesterner to some point except for Citric, so he's the only one who doesn't know about having to preheat your car.
He didn't say he needed to squeeze right past the tree. How's the tree supposed to know what, etiquette?
Well, no. You just, again, another Midwesterner. You just gotta go, oh.
Yeah, true. Let me squeeze right past you.
Oh,
Yeah.
pardon me there.
So this is going to be interesting. I will permit you the smallest amount in because you tied. You find yourself caught, grappled by the tree. And I know for the folks who are like, well, what about meets it beats? This is a very specific situation. You can move about that far in before you are thoroughly grappled by this tree and its branches.
Victor will, of course, like get back on guard and He will look at the tree and we have no time. We need to get through. Let us pass.
Intimidation roll, please.
Oh boy! That's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. My guy has no charisma.
You threaten this tree and it does not move. It doesn't even sway or creak. It is stationary.
Can we all see that he's grapple?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's completely entangled
Okay.
in this tree.
Good. Pyle is going to step forward and reach out and grab him by his cape, and she's fuck it. You know how good is your? Oh, you don't have any charisma either. All right,
Yeah,
fuck
great.
it. I'm gonna try it anyway. She's just gonna be like, you let him go right now and pull on Victor.
Intimidation check.
Oh, come on, Pyle. You can do this. I believe in you, sweetie. Damn it! Well, 15's better than nothing.
I was gonna say, what do you mean, damn it?
Sorry, I saw the 20 before I saw the 15.
Okay. I mean,
Like,
fair.
Why are you
Oh my
touching
gosh.
me?
Oh my gosh. Vaughn, what are you doing?
I just realized one thing that might help us because I think there might have been a breakdown in communication here. So while Ali is kind of looking at all of this and processing what he believes is the thing, Ollie's just going to sigh and 1 second here. Let me just-
That was a very big circle, fella.
Yeah, Pact of the Spirit, I can sense if there's any undead within 60 feet of me. So, if there are undead behind there, Ollie will remember something and possibly shed some light. So, is there some undead behind this tree which Ollie can sense behind?
Follow-up question. Is it inhibited by things? Because for some weird reason, Roll20 has decided I'm not allowed to have rights, so
Okay,
I can't see it.
Let me finish taking this drink and I'll
Like,
screen
I
dock.
can
Yeah.
see that it's there, but I can't see. It's not letting me read. It's showing that there's supposed to be text there, but it's not showing me text.
Okay, so as an action, you can open your awareness to magically detect undead until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover, so maybe it won't work, and that isn't protected from divination magic. So it's up to you to decide how much of the maze counts as total cover, considering it's an always undulating maze of vines.
Roll me a D100.
I would love to. That's a 9.
Wow. You know, here's the funny thing.
Mhm.
It says 60 feet. It says radius, right?
Within 60 feet. I basically copied this from Divine Sense, which does not specify either. So it's really up to you. It's your world, your setting.
Does it? Because again, I can't look at the text, so I'm asking you for clarification because apparently Chrome and Roll20 have decided I have no rights tonight. Does it specify whether or not you can tell where it is, or just that it exists? Kind of like a primeval awareness.
Just a second. You know the location of.
Amazing.
Yeah, it basically is a quick radar, but also can't elaborate on certain things. Like again, I wouldn't know if one of these undead was Strahd, which would be hilarious considering who's the DM.
No, not here, unfortunately. So then I will say this. With a 9, what you do get, which is currently not in your line of sight, is that you see here, you see undead here, or you get a ping of undead. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Thank you. We almost had an echo problem. But let's see here. You get a ping up Let me double check my ruler for a second.
Yeah, also let me just zoom out so that way it's easier for us to see across all of the Okay, there we go. That's much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. You're gonna get a couple pings.
All right.
One here. One here. And several pings behind the wall over here. Now, for that intimidation check.
Uh-huh.
The tree does not waver, in other words, does not make it easier to pass through, but you watch as some of the branches, shall we say, delatch or let go of Victor. Victor, you are no longer grappled.
Hmm.
Yep, Pyle will probably pull him back like right here to like just one square at least. And then let him go.
Victor, two things. One, I don't think the tree is actively opposing you. I think you forgot we just didn't take a path that probably loops behind it. But we're back to being not alone in here, especially because right behind that wall, any points over here, we have a lot of friends.
And a reminder for Ollie, there is one right behind the tree.
Yes, there is also one right behind the tree, so we may just want to take the long way around to meet them.
Fine. We have choices. If we are to move back, we can try and go to the Golgari Undercity. We are looking for people after all. We might not find the warden here if they don't want to be found.
Well, I'm pretty sure I did find them. Well, I'm presuming a lot. I know that a lot of Golgari in positions of power are also undead, so I'm assuming he's the one behind the tree.
I'm sorry, where is the long way path again? I'm sorry. Is it up here by this red mushroom?
It would be because, if I understand correctly, everything we've seen so far, we saw all of the everything here is pretty much dead ends, with the exception of the blacked out spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there is no going further down here or left here. Like, pretty much everything we explored is closed paths.
There is one open path.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
trying to ping
it's
it
being
up there.
pinged.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
You're
we
pinging
heard
it.
a very scary sound from it and decided it's very early to deal with one of the scary sounds, so we just noped away from it and went all the way around every other path.
Fair. I mean, is Victor like pointing like back towards the direction that we came from, essentially?
What Victor is saying is that over here we have the way towards the Golgari Undercity.
I'm sorry, will you ping that for me one more time? I had to zoom out
Yep.
my map.
Yeah, all the way up here.
Ah, okay. Pyle will kind of think about it a moment. Well, if we go back towards the Undercity, we can hit that path where we found them metal shards. We might be able to find more.
We might want to be careful,
Victor
though.
nods.
We might want to be careful, though. I think I'm trying to remember where all the pings were, because there were a lot of pings. I remember there's a ping in the room that's just full of those horrible yellow mushrooms, but luckily that's walled off. But I think there's a ping at least on the way to the path that might loop around. Then there's another ping about the middle of that way there, directly behind the tree, and then I want to say about 3 pings directly behind that wall. And he just points over where there's the blocked off section over here. And the ping is just terrible tonight. It's got such a lag.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is, above game, is everybody still looking a little rough from the previous fight?
Victor is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they healed
If
us
you
pretty good.
remember,
Health-wise, Pyle is fine. However, she is nearly out of spell slots, so she does
Yeah,
look.
she's been
I'll say she looks a little winded, if anything.
no, and I believe you've been like transparent in game that you are kind of tired as far as spell casting.
Yeah.
In which case,
She looks like she can swing her weapon just fine, but man, she looks like she could use a heckin' nap.
in that case, Finn will just point back all the way up north. At this rate, if we want to play cautiously, we just go straight to the Golgari, and then we can come back when we're feeling a little more brave.
I get the feeling we will come back.
Oh, yes, because...
It looks at the tree.
Don't worry, we're coming back, Victor, because... Well, let's put it this way. I don't think the parties involved could have done anything if the Watcher of the Maze did not give them permission, as he points back to the teleportation room.
Well-
Maybe that's why the sword got broken, because they weren't allowed to be here. She said. Pyle says, rubbing her chin a little bit.
Maybe. We'll see.
With that, Finn
So-
will gesture up north.
No. Victor will start moving, and when he gets close to Pyle, he will say, "Thank you."
Oh, no problem. She'll give him a friendly pat on the shoulder.
I am
Okay.
not good with words, be it with people or plants.
Well,
He looks back at the tree.
sometimes actions speak louder than words.
He looks at his axe. Maybe.
But for as long as we're a team, I got your back. I consider us all friends by now, right? Friends that
Victor
bleed
nods.
together stay together.
Actually,
Which is kind of a
he-
morbid turn of phrase, but
And since you gave him your blanket because his cape burned during the firefight,
yeah.
he will take it off and give it back to you. I appreciate it,
Oh, of course. If
but
you need
I think it will be fine.
Well, fair enough. If you need it again, just let me know. And she starts to fold it. You seem a little uncomfortable without your covering, but I suppose being in your, should kind of look around, home turf, it's probably a little more comfy for you.
People don't look well at Golgari. We live down here. A lot of them find this place gross. I don't like that kind of look, so I cover.
She'll nod as he speaks, and then she'll give him kind of an understanding smile. Well, for what it's worth, I understand getting funny looks. I'm a little bit of the odd one out where I live too. Not on the same, but I understand where you're coming from. She says as she finally puts the blanket away.
Victor nods. We find home in weird places.
She'll nod. I can agree with that. Come on. And she'll gently gesture with her head. Let's make sure our little buddies don't wander off without us.
Mm-hmm. Victor will start moving.
Yep, and Pyle will retake her place behind Finn and Ollie.
So,
So,
Yeah, I guess we're just moving up north now.
moving up north. Feel free to move your speed.
Fair enough.
As we're walking, am I able to use just my passive perception just to keep an eye out for any more bits or pieces on the ground?
Absolutely. Ollie, I'm
Wonderful.
gonna need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
don't stick to walls.
well, now I'm
no.
stuck to a wall.
Oh no!
Natural 20. You watch as that specific vine that was waving at you earlier goes to like swipe at your ankles, and you just kind of do like a little jump, like hopscotch over top of it, and you're like, nope, not today.
No, I actually just want to believe that at that point he just saw it. He literally just called up 2 spirits, and the thing was like, oh yeah, this is the one that hurt us. No.
You are able to continue. You're able to continue moving forward.
Finn stares at Ollie as he went to the wall like a disappointed sitcom parent.
Oh, you.
Alternatively, pile behind you. Look at you, yearling. You're getting real spry.
Ollie is just going to, like, inside his head, you know what, just take the compliment.
It's not hard to read, Pile. There's not an ounce of sarcasm. She means that with all her heart.
Which is why he has never been sarcastic with you.
Really quickly, on that note of passive perception, Ollie, Pyle, you both notice that Finn and Victor are taking the left up here, but it dawns on you. The vines are close together, but that's actually an opening. You could just go straight up.
Guys.
And you could do that this entire time.
Oh, we are so stupid. Gentlemen. You see here where we thought... You see here where we thought there was a wall? Ollie's just going to walk over, and then he's just going to start putting his hand through the opening. In and out, in and out. Could have done this the entire time.
In my defense, I was following someone else.
That's a narrow spot. The wall wants to grab you. It has an easier place there.
I mean, you had good feet earlier. You want to try it now?
Well, considering there's about a 50% chance that there's a zombie on the other side of that wall that just hasn't seen you yet, yes.
Finn will gesture. Well, go ahead.
Ollie,
Yes.
dex save.
What I tell you?
I told you.
Oh, look at him
Very
go.
You matrix this shit.
I mean, it is handsy, but it's just as easy to get through. I'll be right up here.
Huh.
Victor sighs and looks at Finn. Do you want to try that way too?
Well, so now I feel shown up as Finn starts walking towards it.
Victor will actually move here. It's like, no.
Pyle is just watching. Pyle is just watching Ollie go through, and she has that sort of moment of, oh, you see the look of the concerned parent on her face, and then it just lightly brightens up. She goes, "Oh, good, they made it." Finn, where are you going?
Same way as Finn walks through.
Pyle will just wait right there a moment just to make sure he makes it through.
Hi.
Sorry, pulling myself back together. The Victor high killed me. Absolutely
Hello?
took me out.
Fucking lurch over here. You rang.
Part of me wants to believe that from growing up surrounded by like beings that can just pop out of walls and actual living skeletons and stuff, Ollie is the one character here immune to jump scares.
Whew, okay.
Which,
sorry,
listen,
like I said,
yeah. Well,
like I said, the slow slide across the screen plus the hi just took me out. I'm sorry. I'm regaining my composure.
it's fine. I only just realized I basically just said that Ollie grew up in the Five Nights at Freddy era of childhood.
Amazing.
I love how you say that because my brain was immediately going. I wonder how Ollie would do playing Five Nights at Freddy.
So
Vaughn, give me back my brain cell, damn it.
So
Actually, no, keep the
Finn.
brain cell.
Finn, deck save, please.
Alrighty. I will not be shown up by a child. Where is it? Hiya! 23!
Very nice.
You are so unfazed.
Oh, look at that. With style. As Finn just dusts off his shoulder.
If Finn looks behind him, he'll see Pyle politely shake her head and just gently mutter, these yearlings. she'll do what Victor did and take the long way. She's not dumb enough to be like, nah, I'm too heavy set to get through that fucking wall.
Honestly, you are the heaviest here, and that isn't even a slight.
No, besides it was up in this area anyway that there were metal pieces, so she's just going to take that long way and keep poking around as she meets up with everybody, just to see if there's any more pieces to pick up.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. 25. There we go, Pyle.
You spot you spot one more shard hanging out over here by the mushroom.
The entire party will hear Pyle go, ooh.
Oh dear.
As she cautiously kind of goes to collect it, but not get close enough to the mushroom. If she can't reach it, then she'll probably use like the edge of her shield or her mace just to reach out and scooch it towards her.
Yeah, she can. She can.
Yeah,
it's
she'll
not
do
like
that.
right up against. It's not like right up against the mushroom. It's about where your token is.
Okay, and then she'll pick it up. Aha. Again, the party will hear her go, aha.
Do it.
And then happy hoof noises as she prances towards everyone. I found another piece. She holds it up like the fucking Legend of Zelda. Da 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 da. Yeah, there we go. And she'll just rejoin everyone and just hold up the piece.
Oh, that'll certainly help us out.
She'll actually fish into the pocket that she has these other pieces. How many pieces in total does she have?
You currently have 4.
All right, where is it? I should probably write that down.
And the
4.
the piece that you just picked up appears to be the tip.
They'll see her kind of like put these pieces together, like she'll layer them over her hands as she's kind of trying to reassemble what she has, and she'll just go, okay, so the new piece is the tip. Do the 4 pieces like currently connect together, or are they just like...
The 3 that you found seem to be lower in the blade.
Mhm.
And this is the tip. So they don't seem to be connected, but you can tell. I'm just going to give this to you. You've spent enough time with this metal to recognize that this is definitely the same blade.
Okay. They'll see her kind of really hyper focus on it, on these things, and mutter to herself. She'll go, okay, so these 3 pieces are about mid-blade. This is the tip, so they don't match. There's still a few pieces missing. Unfortunate. Her lips will kind of pull to the side, and then she'll look at everybody like, oh, whoops, sorry, in my own world, and then she'll gently put the pieces away. Well, good news is they are definitely from the same blade.
Man, they as Finn looks all around the area, they really got around exploring this place if the pieces were that far apart.
Yeah, something. It takes a I guess I should ask, how exactly, this I guess is going to be a little specific, how exactly does the sword look like it's been broken? Was it like cut up? Was it smashed?
We actually talked about this. So
Oh, did we?
I will give you, yes, you did ask this actually the first
Oh, okay.
time. So I will give you the reminder. It looks like it shattered. Like
Okay.
something hit it with just enough force to cause it to shatter.
Okay. Pyle will relay that. Well, whatever they were fighting just hit this blade so hard that it shattered. It takes quite a bit of force to do something like that.
Hmm.
So either the blade was terribly made, or we definitely need to consider what could do something like that.
Now here's a question, and this is more a clarification one that I would like to ask Saris. Given the eclectic nature of the amount of jobs I would say Ollie has to do at any given moment, because Orzhov just shove a job on underling and expect them to succeed, would he know anything about inspecting the quality of, say, metals or goods like that?
Not yes, but no.
Okay.
I would say, given your turn of trade, so to speak, you would be looking for the quality in a more appraisal sense. So in other words, is this true silver? Is this true gold? Is this fake? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus the quality of a blade that is made, that is not really something that you would be necessarily privy to. Not really something relevant to your specific trade.
Oh no, I totally get you. I actually have a good, just simpler form of this. Ollie knows about metals in the way that a pawnbroker does. The most you would know about a blade is that if someone tried to take the patina off, because that actually makes it worth less.
Yes, exactly.
You know, if Ollie brings this up to Pyle, I'm sure they could probably help action one another to try and determine its quality.
You know what? That's what. If you bring that up, Ollie will definitely at least try to help you with his limited understanding for the help action.
She did. Apparently, sorry, the caffeine is tying my tongue into a knot. She did kind of say that. She'll be like, unless this blade isn't made of very good metal. But
Well, I can. Let me see here. I know a little bit about it, most just because certain metals age quicker for patina. Let's see.
That is true. You know what? Oh, well, that's right. I do have my smithing tools. She says, well, hold on. Let me pull out some tools, and we'll work this out together. There we go. And then we'll just put our fucking brains together.
So, I am going to ask you to roll me... I'm trying to think of the best. This would definitely be... I'm trying to think of the best kind of role to give you here, because I don't forgive me as a DM. I'm not entirely certain if you can do a quote unquote tools check.
I think you can. We've done it in we've definitely done it in our Monday game.
It all depends if you programmed it, because you can't. Sometimes with Roll20 it'll automatically give you one, but for tools, very few of the tools actually have a separate.
For example.
No. I don't know if I have.
Yeah, mine's asking for an attribute as I'm looking at it. And
Okay.
I'm trying to think whether or not it would be... whether it'd be a wisdom or dexterity thing.
I'm going to say in this case, because it makes the most logical sense to me, here's how I'm going to roll this, because we don't have a tools button on here. I want you to, with advantage, roll d20 plus intelligence plus your proficiency.
Okay, so that'd be... I'm
With
sorry,
advantage.
it was Intelligence, you said, or wisdom? I'm sorry.
Yes, intelligence plus your proficiency, and you have
so
advantage.
just my proficiency. Because I have a -1 to intelligence.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's see, a d20.
At least it's much.
You know
At least having a negative in intelligence is much kinder in 5e than it was in 3.5.
Oh, that's for sure.
Let's see.
I can't remember. Was it that you couldn't read and also barely knew language in 3.5?
Oh, wonderful! I got a dirty 20.
Well, you have advantage, so you might get a crit.
All right, we'll try that.
Yeah.
20 plus 3. 22.
22. Not bad, not bad. So actually, this is really nice. This is like really quality, like high grade steel. This is not what you can tell is that this museum. This is not a, nor is this a type of metal that specifically is used for like magic weapons. This is like a really solid, like really well made metal, if you will. Unironically, you're actually like the thought crosses your head that this might even be a Boros blade.
This is really good metal. This is probably something that we use over in the Boros. Could this even be a Boros blade? She's thinking, she's like, these are internal thoughts that are coming out externally because she's just so focused on figuring this out with Ollie.
While she is saying that, Ollie will be thinking to himself the going price of a Boros blade.
It's not cheap.
And I would say that while not run down, our good friend, the doctor, was not exactly, like a very expensive man. I totally butchered that. Okay.
Actually, go ahead and roll me. I will make it your choice. We can either do history or we can do insight. You pick.
I'll do the one I have proficiency in. I should have been silent.
So, you recognize attire-wise. It's like, yeah, you're right. You didn't seem like a person who spent a lot of money, maybe not in the appearance or the equipment set, but then it dawns on you. There's more than one type of equipment. And just because the doctor... You're right. You're absolutely right. You remember the doctor didn't necessarily have the finest of clothing. But you were in that laboratory.
Well...
Actually...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just gonna ask, could I elaborate on that? How good of quality was the sheath that Pyle saw? Did it have any, like, recognizable Boros Legion? Did it seem like it would be rather expensive since she works with blades and sells them all the time?
Roll me history.
Oh. Come on, Pyle. You can do this, baby. I believe in you. 13?
You remember seeing the sheath. You don't remember seeing a logo on it. You don't remember seeing a brand on it. You don't really... you only caught it for just a split second. But there's one thing you do remember. And this is something that you can tell offhand because of your shall we say, area of expertise. And that is you can tell the difference between high quality leather, like tanning, right? And low quality leather. A lot of sheaths are made with a really hard, sturdy leather and with metal to help it out a lot of times. Or it's made of wood, right? Depends. It really depends on what the quality you're going for is, what it's being used for, how, durability, all of these different things. You remember that being a really hard, sturdy leather.
Vaughn, if you want to continue with your thought, Pyle is going to kind of mull on this. She'll look like she's mulling on the information that she's working the brain cell real hard, and you can tell.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't a man of means. He was a man that knew what he needed for a job. So, 50% chance he saved up for a good blade. Of a 50% chance he knew somebody who could get him a good blade. Hard to tell. We only knew him for about an hour.
Hey, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Pyle is just going to kind of look up, or I guess look slightly up at him. Well, I remember the sheath was a good, hard, sturdy leather. And if you want your blade to last a long time, keep it out of the wind, keep it out of the elements. That's really what you want to go for. I don't know. I would have to have a longer look at it.
I have a question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
The fellows that we met at the bar, they were Boros, right? If I remember right.
Which set? Which group?
Roland, Bolden.
Yeah, they're Boros.
Were any of them missing a weapon, or had a sheath that didn't have a sword?
You didn't really look for that.
Damn.
You didn't really think about that. You didn't really consider that when you were at the bar. So, if they did, none of you would have noticed.
Arts.
To be fair, when a cop walks in, how often do you check their holster?
Every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cops make me nervous.
Fair enough.
Well, typically, if I see a cop, like I'm raised in heavily in gun country. I'm more used to if I see something in someone's hand, that's when I start to be nervous.
Valid.
But
yeah, that was my angle. Y'all go ahead.
But Pyle will look up at Ollie, and she'll just go, and she'll kind of give him this sort of, "Wow, I'm really impressed" kind of look on her face. I didn't know you knew so much about metal. If you want to learn more, you should come stop by the shop. I'll teach you some.
I mean, it's more that I have to know about the exact weight of coinage, how to tell if something's really gold. You'd be surprised at how many people try to commit the sin of forgery.
Oh, Yerlin, I know quite well. You have no idea how many times some people bring me fancy swords from different districts and is like, "Hey, this bent on me, and I don't know why." And I have to tell them that it's not a good, it's for show. It's not for combat. And she kind of gets that sort of tired look on her face.
Ollie, this is the first time you've ever seen Ollie empathize with Pyle.
Idiots, honestly.
Oh, I could tell you some stories about some appraisals, but we should probably get to someplace safe before we do that.
Oh, of course. Like I said, if you ever want to learn a little more in-depth ways, I could teach you a few things.
All right.
And she'll give him a hearty pat on the shoulder and then kind of gesture for him to move ahead of her.
We have the same kind of fork. Narrow path or wide path.
Well, I mean, it's straight all the way around. I mean, the way out is north, and he'll just point. Is that north, actually? I have no sense of cardinal direction.
It's north-ish.
Pyle will look up. I don't have access to the sky. I couldn't tell you right offhand.
And Victor will start moving.
You reach the four-way stop. You have a choice to make. Do you wish to go westward and head into the unknown territory, or do you wish to go home?
Victor will actually look at the group. and he will step westward, at least, the very least, to take a look.
Okay. You have dark vision up to, right?
Give me a second. I do have dark vision that is up to 60 feet. Yeah.
Hold on. Gotta give me a second here.
No.
You know how it is.
No, we remembered how bad the struggle was when Roll20 wasn't being mean to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right.
You said you heard something coming from here, right?
Approximately. Like, it only lasts for about 6 seconds, so I can't get super precise with it. But it's definitely, I want to say, there was one near the top, there was one near the middle around where the wall was for the teleporter room, one right behind the tree, and then 3 at the bottom wall that we started at. What kind they are, what they do, I couldn't tell you. I can just sense the tethers that tether them to this plane right now.
I also really quickly, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I want to remind you all that the perception check that you had heard, groaning that you had heard along this section of the maze was yesterday.
Mhm.
You don't know what has changed since yesterday in this part of the maze.
As far as I can see, there is a hallway, but it looks empty.
Well, it's up to you. I have enough of my
We,
power left for probably one good fight.
I am too.
well, if we want to
Just,
brave it, Finn looks to the westward. We can give it a go, and then hightail it if it goes wrong.
we are close to safety, so we can fall back if needed. This normally I would not push for it, but I am uneasy with this entire thing. If we can get clues, it might be better to follow.
All right, very well.
All right.
Victor will nod and start moving slowly.
Then right behind him.
Finn, as you pass that blue-purple mushroom, you watch as a small little ring puff of spore releases.
Oh boy. Do I need a save against it?
Nope.
Whew.
It's just an observation.
What color are the spores?
They're light blue with a little mix of purple.
Checking my note. Let's see. Pink spores, bright pink. Does anybody remember what blue spores do?
We didn't encounter them. We only really encountered the yellow and the red, I think.
Yellow and pink.
Hmm.
Well, and the brownish, cinnamony ones on the mushroom back on the teleporter, which now is a different thing.
Hmm. Finn will try to keep an eye on that mushroom as Ollie passes it.
Wow.
And having not been warned about anything, Ollie will just pass.
And you
Does it
do.
puff?
It does not.
It's not motion sensor. Finn just logs that away and just keeps track. Okay, blue puff.
Kyle,
Huh.
as you emerge, you see it's not a new puff, but you do see this, with your higher passive perception. You do see the spores. Like just kind of lingering in the air.
Pyle will actively squint at them, and as she passes, she'll kind of lean away from them, putting her hand up to her face. Beware of the spores. There's some here in the air nearby, she says as she walks behind. Bryn comes up behind Ollie.
I'm sorry. The way you said beware the spores, I couldn't help but think of the Tom Hanks D&D movie, Beware the Sacrilege.
My brain went immediately to bumps.
Well, no. The second you said beware the sacrilege, my brain went to what would be a sacrilege for her Ollie to see. And then I just immediately thought of, oh no, a 99-cent store.
We need to see Mazes of Monsters. It's terrible.
Oh, I miss 99-cent stores.
But as you emerge, you see another one of those trees. This one a little different, Victor.
Mhm.
It's not nearly as gnarled. If anything, it looks more stationary. Roll me a quick nature check for funsies.
That's 12.
It's dead.
Oh
Or,
boy.
well, it poses a question if plants can be undead, but at the very least, it's no longer alive. But you are able to pass. It does not seem to reach for you.
He will move carefully nonetheless.
I will say, I'm pointing out something in call text that is canon here. There's a whole card for it.
I did my research.
I know because we both watched the same video.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
As you approach this edge, you do notice that yes, you have this, turn here. But you also realize that you have this turn here. There's an entryway there. And both you and Finn will notice there is a lingering of one fog that for a while was very dispersed amongst your travels, but now seems to be sort of billowing again. And you do see a hint, just a speck, just a little glint, if you will, of some blue and purple sporage. Hey, Ollie.
Yeah, I know. I'm measuring for the same thing.
Okay.
Boy, yeah, going purple again.
Oh, sorry. Just snaps his fingers, goes away.
Oh god, it's so purple in here.
Once again, you have a choice to make.
If I may make a suggestion,
Mhm.
while it is the most dangerous way, I'm pretty sure that our friend is behind the tree, so going south is probably our best bet, even though it means at least dealing with one or two undead.
Oh boy.
So there it is.
If it's only one or... Oh, sorry.
No, you go. Go.
Huh.
Say your thing.
I was just going to say, if it's only one or two, we might be able to handle it.
Well, you see, the thing is, again, this thing is very much just like a sense of what is attached to this world. It does not tell me how big or how strong or what type of undead. So do keep that in mind and keep moving ahead of me.
Finn will fall victor.
You see a few more of those mushrooms, same as the ones that you saw at the entryway of this, shall we say, hallway.
Mm-hmm.
You notice as you pass that this seems to be a dead end with lots and lots of vines and tree branches that are, I don't know. I don't know if inviting is the right word, but it dawns upon all of you that if you were traveling with someone who wasn't leading with dark vision, it would be very easy for someone to just wander into that little cavity, that little corner, and easily be killed. Easily meet a very gruesome fate in that little alcove.
Ugh.
So we just move a bit more to see the rest of this corner.
Working on it.
Mm-hmm. Do be careful with the branches. Tree looks to be dead. That's not as finite down here.
Looks can be deceiving. Understood.
Well, gestures to, like, three spirits just kind of circle around Ollie for a second. You'd be surprised what the dead can do.
One of them sneezes.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Gives Ollie a pat on the head from behind.
I guess that would make sense. Only Ollie can hear the spirits.
Exactly.
Yeah, new canon. These aren't the screamy whaley ghosts. At least not yet. They're mostly just silent specters. Ollie's the only one who can hear them. So, oh, I wish I could have known this bit before we started. I could have been having conversations with these spirits the entire time and make Ollie look like a crazy person.
I mean, you could technically. You just kind of been tuning them out until now.
Oh, 1000%. You've been preoccupied.
We will see. We will see.
I'm keeping that in. Just fucking. Oh, that's so sweet of you. What a good boy.
Again, the fact that Ollie knows you're not fucking with him is the only thing keeping him silent every time. Just like, nope, it'd be only thing you could say something rude. She doesn't deserve it. Not yet.
You're on thin ice, woman. A pile stands there with golden retriever energy.
You're on thin ice. Looks under them. No, I'm not.
You're on thin ice. Oh no, I should probably move. I'm sorry.
I would like to think this entire conversation is actually happening in character. Because what else are you doing as you're walking?
Fucking Ollie, you're on thin ass, Miss Pile. Oh, I don't see any ass though. What are you talking about, sweetie?
Slaps face, drags down. You know what? Forget it. Okay, let's just keep on moving.
Well, I can't forget about it, because if I'm on thin ice, that means the rest of y'all are in danger.
Victor just looks at Finn and keeps on moving.
I, in this moment, will interject, and Victor, that fog is getting thicker. It's seeming to roll in this area.
Be on guard.
And opens up his eyes and ears, particularly his ears, since we're gonna be losing our eyes.
And we keep on moving.
Trying to remember. Who did I give Blessing of the Forge to? Because I know I gave it to one of you.
Finn.
It was Finn. You usually do it to one of his knives.
Ah, that is correct. Okay, just checking. Just making sure.
To be fair, until the Hellhound incident, there's been no reason to ever put on Victor. He was enough of a blender without it.
The four of you turn the corner. You're getting there, I see that, but
There.
what your eyes lay sight to, a giant, almost garden-like, but very wild in its nature, thicket of just encasing trees inside this maze. Not vines from the walls, but these dead trees and these twisted, gnarly trees joined together in a harmonious cacophony. This almost mural, almost framing a little gazebo. Inside, you see, well, first, before you even see, as your conversation dies down, you begin to hear the sounds of laughter. As your eyes fall upon an individual with cornrows and braids, with very, very fungal armor, a palindrome made literally out of shelf mushrooms, very, very fine studded leathers, oranges and browns, with, again, hair that looks such a vibrant green, more vibrant even than the plants around you. And sitting across the table in a different chair is a figure with skin more vibrant than peppermint candy. Hair, a bright pink ombre into a lovely little shaved undercut with two horns sticking out of the left side of their head, pointed ears, and an entire suit of black fine leather with a chain, literal chain, wrapped around their waist and a hook dangling at their side.
Hmm.
Uh,
And they seem to be drinking tea together with an entire tea set. In fact, there seem to be enough teacups there for 4 more people. And a really fine teapot that seems to actually be made maybe out of the husk of a plant. It almost looks like it's made straight up from a log. And there are what I can only describe as like these, they look a little weird, but they're almost like mushroom like sandwiches. You see additional like you're pretty sure they're vegetables with some kind of dip, just sitting there laughing. They haven't seemed to notice you yet, or at least it doesn't seem like they've noticed you yet.
Also, you joke about mushroom sandwiches, but like you can easily replace a burger with a fat portobello, and that is delicious.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
And for your sake, I will reveal 2 pieces of artwork. Give me just a second.
Ooh.
I'm also glad that I remembered that chat couldn't see at least the tokens of them. Oh!
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay, try to find a good place to put these. The overlay and everything. Okay, Oh yeah, no, I can just I can make them slightly smaller because then I can actually move the tokens. There we are. Come on. No, that's just. You know what? No, that'll work. And then I can just make Milo smaller. Please, let me be a good streamer. You're fighting with me so hard. There
You
it
got
is.
this.
I believe in you.
There we go. Then scroll down a little. That's what I get. Move them over here, up here. Okay. There.
Yeah, we can see them. I'm looking at stream. They look fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I take it we were expected?
And both of them sort of turn and look at the four of you. And as they do, Victor, the individual in reds and pinks, has a glint in their eye for a minute, and a smirk spreads across their face. Well, that's a face I haven't seen in a very long time. How you doing, Bugman?
It's been a day or two. Good to see you, Lenka.
Always a
Always.
pleasure.
He looks at. Peter doesn't know Milo at all, or is this a
So-
completely new person?
This requires a history check
Will do.
with advantage.
It's a 19.
This is the Watcher of the Woods.
Hmm.
You know this person to be the one Golgari individual who not only can survive the maze, but thrives in the maze. You have heard plenty of stories of the one quote unquote keeps things in balance and keeps an eye on all changes, all movements.
Peter will actually do a small bow towards Milo. I've heard a lot about you.
And I about you. You're Victor, correct?
Victor nods.
Pleasure to see a familiar face amongst these trees. Please, my friends. I understand I only have 2 seats, but you're welcome at my table. And they gesture to it's a little difficult on the physical map, but for the sake of things, theater of the mind, they sort of gesture to the area, and you'll watch as mushrooms literally pop out of the ground, providing seats for the 4 of you. Yes, appropriate sized seat for the 4 of you.
So toadstools.
Yes.
Hey.
God damn it.
I don't know how I live with so many friends who love puns.
Is it really living?
I mean, it's subsiding at least.
That's
Subsisting. That's the word I was looking for. But, yeah.
No, you do subside.
With that, Finn won't hesitate. He will immediately try to sit down on one of the mushrooms.
you do, and it's rather comfortable actually.
I get used
Peter
to
looks
this.
at Onion.
What was that?
Oh,
Cedric?
Peter looks at Oli and Pylon nods. Like, we might as well. We are where we wanted to be.
I mean, with Victor's confirmation, Pal will shrug a little bit, put her shield and mace away, and just try to position and just kind of, I guess, half hover over the toadstool. I'm like, should I sit or should I remain standing? I'll do it my best. I'll give my best here.
Milo sort of looks at your hesitation and with a gentle smile says, "Please, my friend, I'm sure you're tired. These toadstools can handle a little bit of weight."
Oh, sorry. No, I'm not meaning to be rude or nothing. I just don't want to. She'll gesture a little bit. I won't break nothing.
I just told you that you wouldn't.
You are correct.
Please, like, really, make yourself comfortable.
Yes, excuse Miss Pyle. She is polite to a fault. Often to a fault.
We all do appreciate a great bit of politeness here and there. There is no fault. Please. You are welcome guests.
Well,
Make yourself comfortable.
we greatly appreciate it. It has been a trying few days. Whew.
I can only imagine.
Well, I suppose we should get introductions out of the way. My name's Finn. He points to Ollie. This here is Oleander. That's Miss Pyle behind me. And, well, you already know Victor.
I do. And he's a delight to see, and I should also note that I'm glad to see, Victor, that you have found some friends.
Well, he has been a peach.
Isn't he, though?
Pyle excitedly nods in agreement.
Well, if I do say so, I think just a grand sight for sore eyes.
We're actually down here because, well, we've all been tasked with investigating the little incident that happened in the Orsov up on the surface. And it seems that the perpetrators involved might have wandered down here. We're wondering if you might be able to give us some insight on that.
I have a distinct feeling that, well, I don't necessarily know exactly what it is that you are referring to. I have a sneaking suspicion that, shall we say, some issues that have been occurring in my neck of the woods might be related to those of yours.
Very possible. I mean, this incident involves a whole lot of different guilds and people. So, just to give you a quick summary of everything. Basically, someone broke into an Orzhov vault with a lot of different technology involved from the Izzet. After they broke out, they made their way down through the sewers underground, causing a big earthquake a few days ago. And we've been following their trail, and it seems they might have passed through your maze in an effort to reach a teleportation circle activated by mushrooms down towards south.
Well, you forgot.
Well,
You forgot
You go
something
first.
very important, and he's now going to turn. I didn't get to say it. Ollie has not tried to draw attention to it, but has been pointedly gazing at Linka this entire time, but then is now moving his pointed gaze to Milo. They seem to have left traces of some of your lovely spores all throughout the vault, which means they had
That is
access
true.
to them and knew what they would do.
In particular, ones that created pink spores, which he pulls out his notebook and starts reading. Where did I put you? Bright pink spores that did damage to a person if they were inhaled.
right. They are one of the many defensive mechanism that this maze just intrinsically has. I'm sure you're aware by now, as deep into the maze that you have become. I'm sure you are very familiar that the maze has plenty of just sort of natural defenses at its beck and call. I do want to point out to call the spores mine is a misgrievous overestimation of my ownership. I do not own the maze. We simply coexist.
Understood. My apologies.
None taken. I would rather see you walk out of this maze alive.
All right. Then I don't suppose you've seen anybody else wander through here other than us within the last few days?
Oh, I see many of people who try to wander their way in, though not many make their way out. What I can tell you, though my physical sight is perhaps limited in terms of being able to identify who exactly has been in my around my whereabouts, I can tell you a few things. Perhaps they may be beneficial. For starters, the activity in the maze has increased exponentially, which is always a sight to me that unfamiliar faces have made their way in. Those who are not recognized by the maze in the way that it does, shall we say, recognize people. However, beyond that, I have seen signs of multiple commotions that are not common. See, of course, we do have people who regularly come through the maze. I mean, Golgari pass through it regularly in order to get to their, shall we say, daily activities, work, so on, so forth, especially those who need to make their way into, shall we say, secured places. One thing to note, though, is that there is not usually commotion, if you will, beyond the usual, shall we say, fight to survive. People do, of course, encounter the undead that freely walk amongst the maze. But it is not common that I see, for example, great flashes of light of variety of different color, the sounds of loud explosions and fire. And furthermore, although I don't know it is necessarily related, the creature that lives in this maze has been far more, shall we say, active than is usual. Victor, I would like you to roll me a history check.
Mm-hmm. That's a 7.
You have heard that there is some type of, like, really powerful monster, creature, whatever descriptor you think is appropriate, that does live, like, its habitat is the maze. But that's about as much as you know. So hearing that there has been, shall we say, activity regarding said creature, said monster, is a bit concerning to you.
So there has been a lot of movement down here. I heard the Undercities Some sort of lockdown.
That is correct.
And he actually looks at Lenka. Yet you managed to make it here.
Well,
Jeez.
I mean, we're not in the actual city. We're simply in the maze. I did try to go in because I wanted to gather some information and some resources, but they wouldn't let me in. So I tried to find a place to kind of take a break because wandering solo isn't exactly the best way to traverse the maze, and I just so happened to come across this lovely, fantastic human being. You are human, right? And the Watcher just kind of shoots Lenka a polite smile, but doesn't answer that question.
Could I roll anything to identify what Linka is?
Go ahead and roll me either a nature or an arcana check.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go Arcana on this one. Hey-ya!
Just confirm, you're asking for Lenka or for Milo?
Okay. Who was it? Okay. Who was it that just asked the other one, you're human, right?
Lenka just asked the Watcher if the Watcher is human.
Okay, then okay, sorry. Ugh, my brain got...
I mean, you can also still check to see what Lenka is. I'm whatever you want to do.
Okay, I got really mixed up on my brain.
You're good.
Okay. For this purpose, I'm trying to identify what Milo is.
They look human. Seem humanoid to you, yeah?
Darn.
I have a question. Would this area seem approximately to where I was sensing an undead?
It's hard to tell.
Well, he doubts he's going to need it much going forward since things are being peaceful, so... also, because it leaves no trace, he will just close his eyes so no one sees them go dark and husky. And, yeah, just another spirit sense. Am I sitting next to an undead?
You are not.
Alright. Ollie, I almost called him 3 different character names that were not Ollie. Ollie will just, to himself, and I forget, were they offered tea or just the toadstools?
I'm so glad you asked, because as this conversation has been going on, Milo has in fact been pouring you all tea and has been handing you teacups.
Yep. He's just gonna do the Kermit, just do a to himself while his eyes are still closed. Drink the tea, and yep, none of my business. None of my business what they are.
It tastes phenomenal, by the way. This is a lemongrass mint.
I mean, Ollie's not going to be surprised that one of the 2 guilds that provides the most food to the city has some of the best tea. He's just going to enjoy it because everything else down here probably smells a lot like compost.
It's actually really refreshing, and now that you all are a little... I would assume you're not fully off the defensive or the offensive, but with your guard at least a little bit down, you all do notice that it does smell very minty in this area. It's very refreshing.
I just had the worst image pop up into my head. No, it's the you smoke a lot, but your parents are coming over, so you have to spray every room with all the air freshener you can muster.
I don't know if you've ever, like, as a side note, ever been to an area that's growing natural mint. in the
Mhm.
wild, but like that's what I mean. If you've been in that area, that kind of area that has a lot of that like naturally growing mint, it does smell very potently, but pleasant, but potent.
Yeah, mint isn't super like natural around this area, but that's why I also know exactly what compost is, because a lot of the materials around like this area of Missouri naturally compost themselves, so I can smell that from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you mentioned some things that were going on in, I believe it was Lenka who mentioned this, so he would be looking to them.
Uh, which part? Which specifically? Because both of them had talked about some stuff.
Well, I believe Milo elaborated a lot on a lot of things that confirmed, because they basically just said, yeah, we had an is it down here. I didn't see that there was an is it down here, but literally every sign that there could have been is it down here was down here. He's now looking to Linka. What is exactly happening in your neck of the woods? And he is saying this with the kind of tone of like, I do not want to talk to you. I really wish I wasn't here, but I am going to be as polite as possible.
Oh well. I mean, it's nothing as urgent as what any of y'all have going on. But I noticed that there was something new happening around my district, and there was a little teleportation circle. I just had to check it out. So I did. Found myself here and thought it was a great opportunity to knock something off of my bucket list. But of course, it's super dangerous to go into unfamiliar territory without additional knowledge and by your lone self. So I was hoping that I might be able to maybe, I don't know, pay someone to help, maybe favor, the good stuff, right? But like I said, the swarm's territories are currently on lockdown, and they no matter how much I was willing to barter with them and trade with them and favors for favors, money for works, they just would not let me in.
Ali is.
Finn. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say Ali is going to make the mental note of purple goes to Rakdos. I am never pressing purple.
When she put her stuff away.
I'm hearing some background thing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My mother walked in.
Oh, sorry.
No.
You're good.
Can I insight the full honesty of that statement?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I need to double check something. Okay, got it. Hi, 16?
16. I mean, she seems very forthcoming. They don't necessarily seem to be like doing any of the tells that they might be lying if you're looking specifically for honesty, but like the general sort of vibe check that you're getting is that this is being open. They're being open like a book, and she just is kind of giving the vibe of here for the ride.
Fair enough.
Victor,
Mm-hmm.
you would know a little bit about Lenka's interests from how you met. And it kind of dawns on you, especially given the conversation piece that Milo added, that shall we say, increase of monstrous activity might actually be what Lenka is interested in.
By the way, how is the creature doing?
Oh! It's doing phenomenal. I did not expect when we got the one that it would multiply. But it is. It absolutely, there's 3 of them now. And they thrive on chaos. They're doing great. They're doing wonderful. I'm so excited to incorporate them into my next act. They're going to be great. I'm so excited. You have to come by and see it sometime, Victor. I don't think I've ever performed. You should. I'd love to see you there.
I try to get out more often, I guess. Thinking of the past 2 days, it's like, yeah, because this was a choice.
I mean, you could have always ignored the super bubbly nice ghost.
All in all, it's good to see you doing well.
Good to see you too. I realize you're on work right now, and I do apologize if my presence is making anyone suspicious, but I promise, for once in my life, I'm just doing my own thing. And, you know, my intentions are to fuck around and find out. Yeah.
That seems to be the mood lately, yes.
And at this point, Milo kind of takes a long sip of their tea and clears their throat. I do ask though, is there anything? Have you seen anything? I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion that you all might have something to do with the, shall we say, maze activity? I want to word it that way. Within the most recent hours, towards the end of the day yesterday. But I was wondering, because I didn't necessarily, you know, I'm sure you've been long in this maze long enough to recognize that just because one patrols the maze does not necessarily mean they're going to see everything in the maze. So I have to ask if there's anything else that you have seen, and specifically in the maze, that maybe I should note of, maybe an explanation, some insight, or if you have any questions, maybe I could provide insight, because it does seem like entirely possible that the, shall we say, events happening in the maze are separate from investigation.
Finn just kind of scratches his head. There's too many involved moving pieces in this, so...
Ooh. When Finn says pieces, Pile kind of perks up a little bit. Oh, we found part of a blade that might be related to what we're looking for. Have you? She'll kind of rummage through her bag and she'll rise up to her feet so she can lean over to the table and put down the pieces.
You watch as,
sorry, go
before you even say anything, you put the pieces down on the table, and the Watcher's eyes go very wide.
You wouldn't happen to have seen any of the other pieces, or I guess who it might have belonged to. She says, kind of staring at the blade, like,
They reach out a hand. to the trees. And the trees place a hilt in their hand.
Oh, well,
And they
I'll
set it
be.
on the table. You notice that the hilt is still connected to part of the blade, but the blade itself is as you would expect, broken.
Pyle, who's standing there, will put her hands on her hips for a second, and she'll she'll use her thumb knuckle to kind of push back her bandana. Well, I'll be. Do you mind? And she'll kind of make like light grabby hands at it.
They will pass it over to you.
Yeah, and she'll kind of stand there a moment and see if the pieces connect to the blade.
All but the tip do.
Oh, well, yeah. And she'll kind of say out loud, "Oh, well, yeah, these fit these pieces, but there's still a chunk missing. There's probably one or two pieces maybe to connect the whole thing together." As she's like looking the hilt over, does it look like it might have matched? Because you know how sometimes hilts and scabbards match one another, for aesthetic reasons. Do they look like they could have gone together, or are there any like distinguishing symbols or markings on the hilt? Like any, oh god, what are they called?
Maker's Mark.
Yes.
The answer to both the answer to both of your questions is yes.
Ooh.
So first off, they look like they go together, and second of all, you do in fact see a Boris symbol on the base, the end, if you will, of the hilt.
Oh, they'll see her turn it over, and then she'll stop. Everybody will see, if anybody's looking at her, her eyes will get real wild, and she'll go, "Oh."
See something?
Yeah. This is a Boros blade. It's
More people to add to the list.
Not really. Someone could have stolen it.
possibly. It's not real common though, because if you try to rob a Boros smith, you'll probably lose your hand. She'll kind of turn it over again. I guess it's more specifically because sometimes there's like an actual like maker, like a person's like maker mark, like engraved on like one of the sides. Is there anything like that on it?
Oh yeah.
And do I recognize whose it is?
It's yours.
Oh,
Oh.
if Pyle could go pale, everybody would see her do that, and she'll just go, "Hey, wait a minute." She actually seems a little angry about it. I made this. What did they do to my blade?
I believe
Boy.
what they did is broke it.
Also, Amanda, the energy you delivered that line with was, "Oh no, my brand!"
What have they done to my boy? There's a slow. Her brows will lower, and she'll run her tongue along the edge of her lower lip. I'm gonna bludgeon somebody.
Well, that's unfortunate.
She looks a little grumpy about it, and she's thinking really hard. Is this like a blade that she would have had for sale, or was it like a project she was working on? I guess and also most importantly, did she know about any of her stock being stolen?
Here's what I'm going to say is that you do not have any record in the past month of anything being stolen. But this does look familiar. The craftsmanship of this blade is very much a blade that, this is probably one that you've sold that wasn't like a custom commission.
Mm-hmm.
So it's entirely possible that someone one day came to your shop looking for a scimitar and decided to buy it.
Pyle, everybody will see her kind of turning this hilt over and over as she more as with a little less care than she did the first time, sploots back down onto the mushroom. This isn't a custom piece, she says as she's turning it over. Nothing. I don't have my ledgers, but I ain't really noticed nothing been stolen in the last few months. This might be just something I sold.
If you don't remember anything being stolen, do you remember, perchance, every customer you run into?
She'll make kind of a bit. Her face will scrunch a little bit. I'm not sure. I make dozens of these types of blades. Could be anyone. Unless they were particularly like out there, I suppose.
Well,
Hmm.
our alleged accused are an Izzet, a Simic, and a Golgari. Don't suppose anyone fit that bill.
When you say an is it a Simic and a Golgari, Milo's brows furrow, and a very concerned, almost disgruntled look crosses their face.
Sure. Do any three of those sound like familiar, like as customers that Pyle would have had, or would she like distinctly remember these particular guilds coming for a sale?
Roll me a history check.
Oh, come on,
Can I
Pyle.
give
You
them
could...
advantage by just doing something like to help, which would be, Miss Pyle, you might not have it on you, but in the off chance, do you keep a ledger for your sales?
not it's not on me, but yeah, I keep a ledger,
Well then,
and I will. Sorry, go ahead.
well then, try your best to remember. But if we have to, we do literally have a direct link to, I believe, your barracks, and I could probably go through your entire ledger in the span of 10 minutes.
You know, that's not a bad idea. See, hold on, let me roll this history check, and we may. Oh, natural 19. Okay. Oh, that's right. Nat 20 minus 1. Got you. Still nat 20.
So, the thing is, Pyle, you get so many customers
Mm-hmm.
in a month, especially customers that are there to just buy. It's much easier for you to remember a commission because commissions require more of your artistic talents, more of your very hard technical artisan skills.
Mm-hmm.
The problem arises that because of how the Boros forges forge most of the highest quality weapons, you have had customers from almost every guild over the span of the last month, 2 months. Even guildless who have come up and have attempted to buy your wares, and some of them even successfully. I mean, this is your method of living.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a natural 20, it becomes very abundantly clear to you that without a ledger physically on your person, there's no way for you to be able to determine whether or not any of your customers, let alone all of them, basically, could have been connected to this case. It's too hard to single any specific customer out. It's kind of a blur without the specifics in front of you.
Fair and valid. Ollie, after having asked that question, Pyle will go completely silent as she's really focusing in on the hilt as she thinks about it. And her frown will deepen, and she'll just shake her head and go, I get all kinds of customers from literally everywhere. Even the guildless come sometimes to pick up a blade or two. I wouldn't be able to give you more insight unless I had my ledger specifically.
Well, actually, no. That last part, we may circle back around. Ollie just realized something. He's trying to be respectful, but he does not know the gender-neutral way to give a title to the Watcher.
The Watcher.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, trying to be respectful, not knowing what to say, just being like, oh, yes, I'm an awkward teenager. I have no social graces.
The gentle they.
Also, you haven't asked the only one who knows their name is actually Lenka. None of you have asked for their name. You only know their title.
Yep.
Ah, fair enough. For a second there, I thought you said no one's asked for Lenka's name. Ollie wouldn't!
No. No. But Lenka is the only one who knows the Watcher's actual name. None of you have asked for their name.
Yes.
To be fair, you all heard Victor call her Lenka. So
Alright, well, Watcher, it seems like our idea of suspects might have triggered something. Would you care to share?
Can I see that hilt and those pieces one more?
Sure. She would have left the pieces on the table, but she'll hand back the hilt. She looks very grumpy about the fact someone just fucking nicked a sword and is using it right now.
cry.
You watch.
This is how my reputation gets ruined.
You watch the Watcher put the pieces physically together and sort of put the tip where approximately the tip should go. And they stare at it for a minute. Very long silence. Before finally looking up at you, Pyle, and going, I think I know what broke this blade. The
Pyle will sit up straight.
thing that concerns me is you say that the person helping this Simic, whoever they might be, guilds don't matter too much to me. An outsider is an outsider. Those who are unfamiliar with the maze are unfamiliar with the maze, and the maze is not familiar with them. Which brings me to my point. You say it's Golgari, but every Golgari knows to avoid the monster that lurks beyond these walls, that lumbers between the roots and the vine. I am certain without a doubt, thing that broke this blade was in fact the monster that inhabits these walls. What Golgari looks over to you, Victor, with like just a face of just absolute like bewilderment and befuddlement. What Golgari would actively engage in a fight with the creature that lives here? That is certain death. Every Golgari knows that unless you are one of the highest, and I do mean the most powerful of our Golgari leaders, there are few strong enough to take it on and to live to tell the tale. Who would dare? I mean, it's no wonder this blade is broken. Yes, I fully believe. Pyle, was it?
Yeah.
I fully believe the quality of this blade is high grade.
Oh,
But even a high grade blade will shatter under the attacks of this creature. So for you to say that a Golgari did this, I have no words. I'm at a loss.
well, I wonder. Pyle says, kind of letting her hands drop from her hips. What if it wasn't a Golgari that engaged with it, but they were leading, like kind of like Victor's been doing, leading them through the maze, and whoever they were with engaged with it, and that's how it got broken.
As I see it, it is not that the maze itself has been under attack. This city, there is a lot going on, and whoever is behind it seems to be using the maze as a way to move unnoticed. They may have stumbled into the creature and react poorly.
That's
Yep.
what confuses me. Why would they not just run? If there was a Golgari, why would they not just run? Why would they not just run?
I'm a bit curious, just because there's been some other minor information, and this could be a shot in the dark, considering some of the other parties that seem to have been involved. Is this creature undead at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, follow-up question. Is it roughly humanoid-sized?
Oh no. No.
Okay.
This creature. Tell me, kid. And I mean that lovingly. Have you ever seen pictures of, oh, I don't know, a dragon? Or let me think. Oh, I don't know. Something of that size.
Well, we did just come from the Izzet district, so I saw many images of a dragon, considering their founder is very
But-
vain.
But have you seen the size?
Well, God,
Are you familiar with its si- Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
okay.
God, please bestow knowledge onto us.
Sorry, I've never gotten to do the "Hey God" thing, so I was going to use it there. That was too good an
Yeah?
opportunity. 19.
Give me just a second. I'm checking something really quick.
Oh, go right ahead.
So what I'm looking for, because I don't think you know like you've never seen an actual dragon, right? You've not seen
I mean, there's very few actual dragons in there.
right,
Like all of them.
right.
There's one real dragon, and then a bunch of clones that are sometimes seen. I'm not sure how frequently. That's like one of those things where it's
Which which is something, first off, that catches you by surprise, because the implication that therein is that this person has seen a dragon. Second, you have heard stories of this, how big they should be in theory, and what the reason I'm currently doing a search is to see if I can find something that would be a logical alternative that would come into your knowledge that would make logical sense.
Perhaps a building?
No, I got this. Just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah, this would make a lot of sense. Give me just a second.
go right ahead.
I'll give
Yeah, here's the thing. You've heard of the size of a dragon. You've heard that there are these huge creatures. And it dawns on you, you're like, you've never seen one in person, but it dawns on you that there is a creature that you have had the unfortunate displeasure of seeing.
Oh boy.
And I, in this moment, am going to send you the image. Give me just a second. Let me grab the link.
You're fine. It gave me time to actually open up my DMs.
Yeah. There we go. Please give me Thank you for the link. Hopefully this works, and if it doesn't, we'll roll with it.
If it as long as it posts a link, I can also just go there because I got my tablet up. Oh. The fact that that thing is dragon sized now horrifies the shit out of me.
Yeah, and you've seen one of those. It is technically a huge creature, which means it is technically the size of an adult dragon. And it dawns on you that whatever this creature is, that it is not this specifically that the Watcher is referring to, but something of this size.
Yes, I have an idea for the scope.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
It is able to navigate through these walls. The walls, shall we say, bend to its path.
Oh, well, that's horrifying.
That low growl that you hear every so often, it has a source.
Well, then, I guess the fact that that at least one of them was on designer drugs to basically put them at their physical peak probably made it so that way they could survive long enough to run away from that.
So I reinstate my bewilderment, I guess is the best word to use in this case, because I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand why anyone of the Golgari would navigate these walls without considering the danger before even coming in. That would check for signs. It's not hard to spot it if you know what you're looking for and if you are constantly alert. If you come here ignorant, you can and will die. So any Golgari would know that. I forgive my frustration, but I am very, very confused.
Well, we haven't really confirmed that it is a Golgari. It's simply one of our suspected guilds, because in the incident in question, some items were stolen. Among them were some soul coins, specifically ones containing the souls for one Izzet, one Simic, and one Golgari. So our assumption has been that several either guildless or guild-associated members of those associated parties banded together for this whole charade, which we have confirmed is a technology used at the scene and Golgari spores at the location.
And also, we met probably the Simic conspirator, who is technically married to an Izzet, who's tied to some interesting things up on the surface in their district.
I'm so sorry. I realize this is none of my business. Do you happen to have one of those soul coins on hand, or are they still gone?
We actually do, as Finn looks to Pyle.
Pyle, it looks like she may not have been listening to the whole conversation as she's just staring at the blade, just like, I can't believe they stole my
Miss Pyle?
You did this. Huh?
Pyle,
Huh? Yes.
do you still have the soul coin that we've been using to track them?
Yeah, I got him. And she'll reach under her apron and pull them out.
And Finn will kindly take it from her and then present them to Lenka.
She takes them in her hands and in a moment is a sort of look over them and kind of nod to themselves with this very, very mischievous smirk. A question for you. Just a thought. I think it's a really good lead. I think connecting it to the guilds that are associated with the coins is a good lead, but I have to wonder. Do you know anything about these?
To our understanding, the Orzhov used them to contain the souls of those who couldn't finish their debts.
Is it? Do you looks over to Ollie because obvious Orzhov. Do you think it's possible to harness the power out of these?
See, Kyle will raise her hand. See, that's what I asked.
Well, you see, the irony is, those are my soul coins, or at least my family's. I was not aware we even had any. So all I know is they can provide a large amount of magical power. To harness it, I would have to ask the person who was collecting them. Or, now that I think about it, if an Izzet is capable of doing it, they are ever so dreadfully clever.
See, if I were to get my hands on, I would want to use it to do some cool tricks. See, wouldn't it be amazing if I could just snap my fingers and all of a sudden I release these hallucinogenic spores that make all of my customers just feel really, really good? And all I'd have to do is snap my fingers? See, if I had my hands on one of these things, and she hands it back respectfully,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to harness its power, like based on the. I would pixie choosy based on the guild because of their power. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense to me. I'm not your culprit. I wouldn't know, but that's just. I could if your culprit is it? Well, I could see them wanting to reach beyond the means of just the arcane at their fingertips, you know? But what do I know? I'm just an entertainer.
I hate to sound like that player, but can I insight that?
Absolutely.
I was just about to say, if Lenka won, she can also incite Ollie, because above game, Ollie was 100% flexing a hand under this table, prepared to cast a spell.
Oh,
Yeah.
21,
I mean,
let's go.
anyone who wants to incite her is welcome to.
Come on. 10.
So, Amanda,
Uh-huh.
there's this moment where you get a sense of deja vu,
Oh no.
and there's a moment where you swear you have this memory of a place you've never been, with cages dangling from the ceiling, with fire,
Oh man, that dream's coming back to me.
with a chain wrapped around your arm, so hot, coming from this person who is casting magic. And it dawns on you in this moment of epiphany and in your insight that sure thing, she's not lying to you. But you get the distinctive feeling that the term entertainment is not only questionable, but may have layers to it.
Certainly miss my wife.
I was gonna say in a different reality, she might have said, "I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Bedford," and then just.
And she, when Finn, when you mutter something about sounding like your wife, she looks at you and she winks at you. As for the insight on Ollie, she got a dirty 20.
Oh yeah, Ollie would not be high at that point. Ollie was almost standing from the table. He was very much at the like everyone else was probably looking at her. Did not notice. Milo probably did, because I have a feeling Milo is a very high level character.
Fucking Pile mutters. I think entertainment requires quotation markers. She says, staring like it's that 1,000-yard stare.
Oh, really? As Finn just kind of looks behind her like,
I had a dream about this once. It wasn't a good dream.
And you were there, and you. Oh Lord, are we your Wizard of Oz?
Fuck. I knew y'all look familiar.
As Finn is presents the coins back to Pile, he'll look to Lenka. Well, sometimes a devious insight mindset is exactly what we need, miss.
Just a quick thing. As I get the coins back, Pyle is going to double check to make sure they are in fact the correct coins.
They are.
Okay. As long as they are, and then she'll just kind of tuck them back to where she had them hidden.
Hey, remind me, Finn, your passive perception is a 21?
My passive perception is in fact a 21.
Lenka just slid something into your pocket.
Whoop.
Oh my.
Will?
Hold on.
Just like I'm also typing up something of what I think it should be. Or at least I want a shit post. Then you can also tell him.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Finn will take note of that. Well, he's still processing the information. I'd say today's been very good.
Well, good is a relative term, Pyle says, sadly looking at the blade.
Well, for some of us.
This is how reputations get ruined.
Well, we'll add that to the docket. Find your ledger.
Yep, y'all are welcome in my shop.
Let's see here.
And as we come to a lull, because it's already very far in, I think now's a great time to take a break.
I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
but I wanted to let the scene go to its full length.
Yup, but I think as we're naturally coming to a lull, now is a great time to take a break.
Woo,
Fair.
perfect.
Yeah.
Now I will
Alrighty.
say
I will-
we don't know what was in the message sent. What I decided to shitpost was, is this open relationship cool becoming a polycule?
Well, and you saw the emoji that I sent you in response, right?
I mean, yes, but I had to let chat know because
Uh-huh.
they can't see all the shitposts we do.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll just tell chat. The emoji is the smirk with the hooded eyes.
I'll be right back.
Yes, I will also be right back.
Go right ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna pause the music
Mm-hmm.
for the break.
Yay.
Also, Citric, Victor is friends with Aractos. Ollie will remember this.
What? She's nice.
I always had to.
So judgmental.
You know that John Mulaney bit? A lot of people are gonna have to get okay with a lot of things very quickly. That's been his thing for the last 2 days.
Uh-huh.
You wanna know what's funny?
Yet-
Remember when we weren't sure how much time we'd have for NPCs, so I found that that homebrew publication with all of the NPCs for 2 for each guild. Might have decided, since I knew that we were no longer using that, looked up some of them, and one of them I was like, wow, I love the idea of this character. Then I looked down, oh, Ollie would hate them. They have gruel parents, their best friends are Rakdos, and they hang out with the Golgari, who, that's their only redeeming factor to him. Just be like, wow, you're very nice and I love your story, but I hate you as a person. Oh. This has been
I'm
fun.
back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes,
I'm gonna BRB for 2 seconds.
Same.
All good. So, chat, how we doing? Ugh. Hope you're all having a good time tonight. How you doing, Zago?
I'm doing well. I can feel a bit of a headache coming, but I'm trying to fuel up on water to fight it.
Oh no.
Headaches are not nice.
That's fine. I tried sleeping in a little bit just because of the delay, and unfortunately, my body does not like it when I sleep in for some reason.
That's oh. Well, hopefully it's not anything and just things work out. But yeah, funny how like a small detour gave us a whole entire interaction. Because we were going to just go past that entire like section.
I return.
Welcome back. Saying that it's funny how we like it was just a turn to the left and we have this entire whole conversation.
Listen, I was told that we might get to see basically all of the main art assets finally if we just did the thing we said we would. And I find it hilarious that we found a way to string out getting to that for over an hour and then almost didn't do it because we didn't turn left.
Pretty sure there's a Doctor Who episode about this.
I mean, probably. There's a Doctor Who about a lot of stuff, despite there only being like 4 episodes every season.
Well, see, now that was a joke for me in particular because there was, in fact, an episode just called Turn Left.
I mean, I believe that, but I every time I have a chance to dunk on how the British Broadcasting Service works, I always will. How do you have functioning television if every season is only 6 to 8 episodes? How do you have programming at all? Do you really just survive on the news? I can feel like Gingy just shaking his fist at me. But oh yeah, I did kind of mention it earlier. At least I think it was on stream. But yeah, I may be appearing on someone else's channel for D&D in the coming future. We don't have a date set yet. We do know that it'll be a pre-recorded thing, so I'm not sure when the episodes will be put up. But it is by a channel that actually puts out a actual D&D podcast for listeners, besides just having a YouTube VOD and a Twitch VOD. So if you want to, so once I know more, you guys will know more. I will say it is a very high-level campaign, the highest level I've ever played. So I am definitely going to abuse the shit out of that.
Cause wish.
I could have, but then I looked at a character that I'm building who's 99% enchantment like magic. Almost every one of his spells requires him to speak. And then I saw that as a warlock, because yes, I'm never going to get to play a warlock this high a level ever again. So I'm taking my shot, even though I could have rolled any like class I wanted. But
Although I've returned.
But yeah, I saw that some of the only spells that I could take from a Mystic Arcanums were all 3 power words. So I was like, yes, this man will literally say, be in pain, just stop it, or die. And they will be obeyed.
Power word shit.
You need to understand something.
Well.
Since I'm running Pact of the Crown, Citric, I can literally just command poop. I can do that at will. No spell slots required anytime. Then just it's up to I can't say who I helped get involved with it, because they have DM'd on this channel before. The game will be DM'd by the lovely JC Doodle. So if you like C4, or you haven't seen C4 and want to see what kind of great DM he can be, you should check that out. It's over on the YouTube. It's honestly one of the longest streams we ever did for a miniseries, which ironically is just about the length of what this projected miniseries is supposed to be.
It may go a little longer.
Well, I was talking about C4 because, like, well, no, the game I'm about to be in is like this. Is the idea was for 10 sessions. We knew that it might go a little over. C4 was supposed to be like 5, and that's 9 sessions. Turns out.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, well, with the way that y'all are talking, I'm suddenly sitting there going, this is gonna be longer than 10 sessions.
Yeah, like, I was making a joke because they're like, man, just turning left got us this giant encounter. I was like, you don't understand, guys. I was told we just had to do one thing and we would meet all of the NPCs. And we almost didn't do it.
Well, and the kicker is you still haven't met the last one that has art. There's still one more. And chances are we will either get to that tonight or we will get to that next session.
I mean, it is fair. I was just
that when we get there.
yeah, it's just like I said, we spent nearly an hour looking at this sword and being petty to each other just because it's in character. And
No,
then,
but it's good.
oh yeah, I know. And then all we had to do was just go the one direction we knew hadn't been gone, and then we almost still didn't do it. This is why I love D&D. Is just shit like this.
Yeah, you
Imagine
could
if
have
things are
gone
going to plan.
I am very happy that we backtracked and I found my wife.
She's happy you found her too. She's happy you found her.
Dear Lord. I hope none of the people I watch Columbo with are going to watch this now. now it's just like
Hey, I said I'm based on the character. I never said I was.
I mean, fair enough, but we don't know because we haven't gotten to the gotcha moment.
I was gonna say, you all explicitly also said you didn't want romance in the campaign, so like, yeah,
Huh.
it was
I
on
mean-
your consent sheets, and you all collectively were like, nah.
I don't.
I said it was fine.
Yeah, I thought I said it was fine.
Yeah, so did
Well,
I.
That's not what was marked on the consent sheets that I currently have right with me.
Huh.
Then we might have all collectively misread that one question, which makes this hilarious.
I am pretty sure I like circled that one green.
Like I'd have to
Shrug
check mine.
emojis.
Yeah, again.
Oh. Okay. I actually have a copy of my consent form still. Okay. Yeah, I marked green for it.
Well, that might be a glitch on my end, and if that's the case, well, she is single.
She is single and has mingled.
Yeah, the only things
I mean,
the only thing that I said nay to were explicits.
which, like, if you've known me long enough, you know that I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, I'm just confirming. Like, that's not even an issue. That's such like, yes, I'm glad it's on the sheet. It's so not an issue with me personally as a DM. But like, yeah, if y'all are like, you know what, this NPC looks romanceable, and y'all are good with it, then hey, she's single.
Yeah, I've always been the type of being like, yes, I want to get to. I love the idea of getting to know a character, having that kind of like connection in character and stuff like that. But I've always been, let's just the first Mass Effect game this, okay? Things are happening. Oh, hey, Bun's bringing over their Pathfinder group, the Pathfinders Pod. Hey, everybody, welcome.
Hello.
We are on our break right now as some things have happened, some people have been made, and we're talking about, people touching butts, possibly. Just a single touch.
No. I draw the line to hand holding.
Hold on. No. Whoa,
Draw
that's
the
a bit
line
too
at
far.
hand holding.
Hand holding.
That's a bit too
Jesus. Jesus, Saris, that's completely against the TOS. How lewd.
I love my friends. But I think we've got everybody back.
I just thought of something very stupid.
What?
Huh?
What if we're hand holding, but we're very, very close, and our hands just happen to hit each other's butts?
We miss. That's where you both miss, but then you doki even harder.
Well, see, because here's my question: is it consensual though?
Well, you are willingly hand holding. Moral quandary.
I know. And I apologize in advance. I have been crunching during break.
You're
So
fine.
I apologize if it's been picking up my
It
crotch.
has not. You were fine.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
In all honesty, I probably would not even notice until like right there, like right at the end. It wasn't the crunch; it was the wrapper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm almost done.
Oh, you're fine.
Um,
That just means that we can have a
Yeah.
bit more fun and give some people time because
I was gonna say the other thing about that too is it wouldn't be too out of character. Y'all are currently having a crunch in game.
Oh, she gave us biscotti. Zaka, you used the John Mulaney kid from the same the same bit not bit the same special I referenced earlier. Oh.
It can get weirder. I just washed my hands for no reason.
I hope John Mulaney is doing better.
He is actually. He went to rehab, and apparently him and Olivia Munn getting along very well.
Ah, good, wonderful.
Oh, you're like.
I'm pretty sure he did another at least 2 specials. But since I stopped having a Netflix, I have not seen them.
Imagine paying for Netflix. Shifty eyes.
Well, it's less that
The-
it's
the un-
it's less that it's imagine being able to afford a streaming service.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah, my entire cable, what would be my cable bill, is supporting my friends on Twitch.
Fair.
And also
Fair.
the 3 like actual like streams that I am fucking addicted to.
But yeah. As a heads up, just we won't go too much longer, I don't think. But
Ooh.
if y'all are ready to get back into it.
Let's make sure Citrus back. You returned? Because I know you just said he was stepping away. Ah, yeah, he's still muted.
Okay.
I also just
I will
had,
continue to munch.
yeah, I also just had a mini heart attack because I forgot if you check a call that you're in on a different device than what you're using for the call, it'll say you're muted. And I'm like, holy shit, when did I get muted? How they heard me?
No. No, you're good.
On.
Yes.
5 minutes ago, Internet Historian. Tee. What if I just started rendering and uploading right now? Oh, could you imagine? Unless-
Now, here's the
Also, I'm
better
back.
question. What channel? Okay, you're back. We will settle that off. We will settle that in a little bit and see if it's finished by the time we're done with this stream.
All I will say is this: I will end us here. Is that if people who enjoy this stream decide they want to draw fan art of Finn and Lenka holding hands, I will not be anyway.
That would be fine by me.
You don't realize you have made the horrible blunder. Insert Princess Bride memes. Bun just
See-
entered the chat.
See, I said that I was okay with it, but Zako didn't say he was okay with it.
well, I gave it a 4 of uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
the uh-huh?
Yeah. So yeah. Yep.
Strong aha. Mm-hmm.
And with that,
Oh,
we return
To Froge.
to the maze.
All right. Well, harnessing soul coins for power. That's definitely an angle we can work with. Finn will look to the group. Any other things you guys can think of?
Well, 1. How scale of 1 to 10, how much do you guys feel like being treated like dirty paws?
Finn gestures to the way he's dressed and the mud that's all over his coat, like, I'm living it.
Looks to the rest.
Pyle, who looks like who's literally wearing her arm.
Then looks to Victor, who had a whole thing about not liking how people perceive him as lesser.
Victor just stares.
Well, that was non-committal as hell. I guess we're going to go... Oh... Probably after we pick up Pyle's ledger, because I can do that. I can scan that on the way there. I'm going to go see if I can have a talk with my grandfather about these soul coins, because there's been enough evasiveness and not knowing what they do, because very few people can afford to even make them.
What was, I guess, what was it, was the words? She says, working the brain cell. A need to know has become need to know.
Yes, we'll go with that. Well, thank you, both of you. Honestly, I've been trying to dance around this the entire time because it just never came up. Can I ask you your pronouns? I don't want to assume.
Who, me?
He's gesturing to the both of them.
Oh, well, you can call me Lenka. I have a couple different sets you can use, and I like them interchangeably, whatever suits your fancy. I do, in fact, like the feminine she, her, but I also use the they, them, and the they, zir. Whatever suits your fancy, however you want to use them. Want to sprinkle them all over the place? Give it a good time.
Duly noted. And now he turns to the person who he actually cared about. Oh.
Milo does it like a very polite, and it's a genuine smile, but it's you know, it's not the how do I put this? There's still clearly a lot on their mind. An insight check to specify. They offer you a very polite smile and just say, "You may refer to me as Milo, or of course the Watcher of the Maze. All of those are fine. As for how to refer to me, I prefer the gender neutral they, them. I don't really do the whole gender. I don't understand it. So we just don't use it."
Fair enough. My guild, very big on titles, but they have, well, in all honesty, very, very old-fashioned, very aggressive. No one thought to make good gender-neutral titles, so was avoiding it the entire time.
I understand. It is a cultural mindset, to say the least.
Oh yes, especially when the old culture does not technically die. Well, thank you. We will excuse ourselves.
Feel free to. Oh, wait! Before you leave, Milo reaches literally into the brambles behind them and pulls out a bag and hands it to honestly whoever wants to take it.
Finn will volunteer.
Go ahead.
A little parting gift. If you ever find yourself feeling out of sorts or needing a good pick-me-up, I put enough tea in there to brew 3 pots.
Oh, this is absolutely lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, honestly. I don't get a lot of polite company out here, and so I appreciate all of the insight and all of the, shall we say, besides company, entertainment that I can get. But please, don't be a stranger if you ever find yourself back out in the maze. Feel free. Of course, if you can find it again, say hello.
Well, my job takes me to plenty of strange places. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Well, I actually made a friend at one of the places that your teleportation circle directly leads to. So if I ever do find myself there, there's a chance I could find myself here.
I have no doubt.
I mean, I wouldn't mind coming back. The tea's right nice. Hopefully she'll start to, I guess she'll reach over and start to pick up the pieces of the blade. Have nicer conversation.
Yeah, I would like that.
Do you mind if she's going to gesture at the hilt. You mind if I take this one with us?
Please.
Okay. Just checking. I don't want to be like, have it be one of those situations where you found it, you claims it.
That's more the mazes, Emma. I don't particularly have a need for things that are not explicitly mine.
You know what? That's fair. Thank you, Rat kindly. And she'll
Of course.
stash the pieces away into a saddlebag. Oh,
And if there's nothing else that the four of you would like to say or do before you leave.
Victor would actually like approach both of them.
Mhm.
Like first of all, he will again bow towards the Watcher. Like, meeting you is an honor, and I appreciate what you have done for us.
I appreciate you and all you have done for us.
Not
Don't think that your work doesn't go unnoticed just because you like to lurk in the shadows. And they offer you a kind of knowing smile.
well, as much as his face, well, Victor's face doesn't really allow for a smile, but he will not.
Mm-hmm.
We all do our part in the cycle of the swarm.
And every set of hands counts.
He will nod and look back to Lenka.
She waves.
I am sorry if I interrupted you here, but
Oh, no!
it's good to see you again.
Always a pleasure to see you. I always know I'm in for a treat when I get to see my fun little buggy friend.
Let me know when the show is, so I can see the little thing again. I really kinda missed it.
She has the biggest smile, like beaming, stars in her eyes, just very excited. I absolutely will let you know. You'll be the first to know. Oh, that's going to be so exciting.
He nods towards her. He looks at the group. Do we continue?
well, if Ollie needs my ledger, I guess we'll take one of the mushrooms back home.
That'd be probably the fastest route.
What time is it, by the way?
It's hard to tell. But for you, Victor, you would know that it's starting to get later into the day.
I was just gonna say I do have keen mind. I always know number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset.
I would say you're in the early evening time at this point.
Mhm.
So getting close to the time to move into the evening hours, but if you were to be in the upper city, you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the dark.
Mhm.
The other thing that, as you're talking amongst yourselves and deliberating, Milo does actually pipe up a moment. Oh, and Victor.
Victor looks.
I don't mean to eavesdrop, but I think it would be wise if you checked in. They don't know where you are.
I intended to do so. Besides, it is late. We may find a roof there. I do appreciate the concern.
Of course. Just looking out for family, you know?
Victor nods.
Pyle will clap a hand on Victor's shoulder. Don't you worry none. We'll keep an eye on him.
Victor flinches.
Oh, sorry. And she'll gently rub his shoulder. Sorry.
We really need to get you used to that
No,
whole
it is.
touch aversion thing.
just not used to it.
Oh, sorry. I'll she'll wiggle her fingers a little bit. I'll mind myself a little more. Just Gruel are very we're very much a touchy-feely affection kind of people.
You are fine. I am just not used to.
She'll nod in understanding. But my loves, if it gets too dark out, I guess we can all camp out in my shop for the night.
From
Plenty of
the,
space.
from the sound of it, we probably won't make it to your shop till the morning. And then we get to visit the family! Yes! This is going to be great. This is going to be great.
We'll make it work now. Let's get moving.
Before you all leave,
Mhm.
you all, in this moment of having fully digested your tea and your little snackies, realize that you have not only gained the benefits of a short rest, but you all, until you take a long rest, receive the benefits of bless.
Ooh.
Sits here with Vizier as his spirit council, ready for any social roles.
Speaking of bless, I have it on my sheet, so there you go, guys. That's what it does.
Tax or saving throw. Got it.
I thought I also did skill checks. Oh well. It's still
I
one
know
of the
guidance is
best.
skill check.
I mean, yeah, but it's one of those things where you can just concentrate on it for its duration. You have it, where guidance is like, again, it's literally as it is in Baldur's Gate, which is why it's the most abused thing in Baldur's Gate.
And the way that for your understanding works is a pot of tea serves 4 people. And like I said, you have 3 pots and 1 drink. The effects of that are the bless until you take your next long rest. Plus the benefits of a short rest.
Which, hey, I wish I casted spells.
Cries in long rest. Zacho over here like, ha, skill issue.
I mean, also Citric. That's one of the only advantages for fighters, that most of their skills recharge on short rest because they need to have something.
You know what?
Don't
Valid.
Specifically, I am playing Battle Master, so everything I have refreshes on short rest.
I'm not complaining by any means. I'm just memeing.
Same.
Don't warlocks also get short rest?
If it's spell slots back, but I haven't cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I'll double check because I know we had a short rest before this because we weren't sure if we'd get any kind of rest. Yeah, but right now I don't have anything else to expend. But it's still nice to know that I can have a short rest. For, as they say across the pond, a cuppa. So yeah, I guess we are heading to the Golgari.
One thing as we're leaving, Finn will purposely be a bit in the back as we're departing, and just before we round the corner, he will take out the business card, and we'll just give a wink to Lenka before departing.
She reciprocates.
Can I get your number?
I got a number.
Ladies, gentle theys. Wink wonk.
As you emerge from the little grove, the peaceful atmosphere begins to melt away, dispersing with the fog as you move into the maze.
You have entered hostile territory.
Yep.
TVP is now enabled.
I was about to say, you can't sleep. There's danger about.
You cannot rest. There are monsters nearby.
I can't tell you how much that when someone was like, "What if real life every time you couldn't sleep was like in Minecraft?" And I was like, "Listen, I have anxiety. You can't do this to me."
It's okay. Herobrine can't hurt you.
As you all emerge towards the hallway that you had entered to get to here, you all hear that low groan. That monstrous low groan, not the moaning of undead, but the grumble of a creature, of a monster. And it dawns on you that that sound is closer than it was before.
I take it that's our big friend.
Sounds like it.
I don't like the sound of that.
And after a moment, you all begin to hear somewhere in the nearby distance
Oh no.
the sounds of combat.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Can I persuasion to see where the sound is coming from?
Perception, sure.
Perception. That's the one. Yes.
I don't know how much you can persuade a view.
Tell me where the fuck you are.
I was just gonna say, "World, let me see."
Answer me, damn it!
That's a 12.
I'm gonna just use my passive perception.
Yeah,
Same, Zeus.
it's coming.
I'm sorry, that fucking got me. Tell me who the fuck you are.
You're hearing the sounds of combat from over here, actually. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Roll 20. Roll 20. Be
Well, no,
nice. Please.
Remember, the pings are lagging.
Ah, there it is.
Over here.
Oh, hey, so it's happening in a part of maze that we can't get to. Oh well, I guess we will just let it be distracted by those people it's obviously killing and go to shelter.
No skin off my coat.
As willing as I would be to help someone in need, I don't think I'll be much good to keep y'all up and running. I only have a little bit of spell power left in me.
Well,
Oh.
If what Milo told us was true, that thing would eviscerate us in moments.
Wrong one. Hold on. There we go. Hold on, I'm being...
I understand, but can't let people
Uh-oh!
trespass
Man, are you okay?
that on Golgari
Uh-huh! I'm fine. I'm...
territory.
As he's... as Victor is speaking, Pyle will suddenly straighten up and she'll go, oh no.
Hmm?
Hey. Y'all. I think we're forgetting something very important.
That would be.
We sent... Oh god, what's his name? Fuck. Hold on.
Talia?
We sent Roland and his team down here.
Oh.
I'm gonna go out on a big fat limb and assume they don't know about the monster.
Do you want us to help them?
She says as she just drops her head to her chest. If it were just Roland, I could be convinced to leave him. However, the other ones, no. I have to go get them, she says with a sigh.
Well,
It's in this moment where you all hear a blood-curdling scream and a loud crack.
okay, I think that's code for get moving.
Yep, let's go.
The path from below is closed. We might as well try above.
May as well.
I mean,
Lead the way.
I think the only way would be back through Milo's area.
And as you all reach this crossroads with 3 different options, unfortunately, this is the best place for us to call it tonight before we get too in depth
Can I
with
flavor,
another scene.
Can I flavor how we would how this would end as a TV episode?
Sure.
Everyone else runs ahead. Ollie's just sitting there like, why are we doing this? Finally, just deep sigh, shoulders like shrug. I'm charging the Legion for this. And that's it.
With the fucking JoJo.
with your eyes in 3 different directions, hypothetically. One deeper into the maze, one to the Golgari High, and the other to the Boros Forges. This is where we call tonight's session.
Well, we'll probably go down all 3.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, this has been a great time. I'm so glad we got to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Good shit.
Oh, well, now we're done, and I think some people probably need to start getting ready to rest. How about we start going along? Citric, where can people find you?
People can find me pretty much anywhere at Citric King, and anywhere being Blue Sky, Twitter, Tumblr, Newgrounds, Instagram. Just try the same handle, Citric King, and I am probably there. I'll be posting stuff every now and then, and other than that, you can find me here playing every Friday that we have a game on as Victor for the Strictly Professional. That being me, I am. It was a Moonshoe. Why was a Moonshoe? I don't care. Well, throwing the Moonshoe back to Ceres now.
Oh, it's me. You can find me over on Twitter, Tumblr, and Blue Sky at TXDXL, or on Instagram at TixDixel, and at Ko-fi at TixDixel, where I am posting stuff. Sometimes I post portraits like the ones that you saw today, and sometimes I do more cartoony style stuff, and sometimes I do none of the above and do a lot of other style. I don't know. I'm an artist who likes to explore doing lots of stuff and things. And then on Fridays, you can find me here doing the Dungeon Master thing and having a grand old time. Zako, you go.
Yes, you can find me at Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, all at Zako Duo. We'll probably be picking up Like a Dragon Ishin later today after I get some lunch in me, and then playing it again tomorrow. We're trying to get that done before Like a Dragon Gaiden comes out next week. And then we're probably going to continue more Spoonerman, as well as try to get some other games under our docket before the end of the year, because I don't think there's any other big releases until pretty much January. Manda.
Hello. I am Mandaloo. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Mandaloo eventually. Also on the Hell site and the Blue Sky site, Mandaloo Panda. Oh god, I'm literally on everyone else's channel but my own. Every Friday you can obviously find me here. Tomorrow and every Saturday you can find me over at Trash King Arisen's channel for Straight Out of Capella, which is run by the lovely Sour Slimes. Every other Sunday, you can find me at Nero Napier's channel for The Nightmares We Undo, his Bloodborne Demon Souls horror-based D&D, which is getting real spassy. Every Monday, for now, you can find me guest starring at LeJake's channel for his Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign, where I am currently the new party friend. And every other Wednesday, you can find me again at Trash King Arisen's channel for our Bearers of the Torch, which is a My Hero Academia homebrew campaign. And yeah, that's really about it for me. Von, go.
Why, yes, hello, hi. You've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Patreon at Burnout Vaughn, though the Patreon is Burnout's Bar. We have some fun things coming up. Mostly tomorrow, we are definitely going to be doing some Saved by the Spell, unless some horrible thing comes up, because we're all adults and sometimes we have to sacrifice the things we like. But that's our Strixhaven games for those who don't know. And we are being attacked by a giant octopus. Not to be confused with a kraken, because you have to make that specification when you play 5e. Oh. Though, in all honesty, I still say if we were fighting a kraken, if we actually ran with how many NPCs are on this boat and how many of them are 6th level casters, we could probably kill the kraken. Just with weight of fire. But aside from that, possibly Monday, not totally sure. There may be some more Wizard Sibs plays where, if you like Saved by the Spell, you can see me and Zymosite play our 2 wizard characters who are siblings in Wizard Sibs plays, where we might just start up the RE3 make and play as the lovely Jill Valentine, which will have some new art for it because we like to have some fun little stuff on the screen for you guys to help visualize the characters playing, being done by the Flustered Bun, which I will probably show the people in this call, but you'll have to wait for. But keep on the lookout for that. And now it's time for us to raid. And I think I know who we're going to raid because, A, I've never gotten to raid them before. Bob, I knew that. In all honesty, I really just hope that I get to have a turn before you just so I can do one thing. But, so, they and their partner were just streaming to pay for some very hard vet bills. So, they luckily just made that and are now streaming commissions just to, I believe just refresh their mind and body after several days of streaming and hoping to get through a hard time. So we're gonna raid Azul J, and I would say let's just have the message be love for Bunny. That would be the name of the cat who is in need of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me a
Yeah.
second here.
Nui.
Gotta start the raid up. These are things I need to think of before I say who we're going to raid. Make sure I spelled that exactly right. Yes. Come on. There we go. All right, so remember, the raid message is going to be love for Bunny. We will see you all hopefully next week where, oh boy, we are going to have a fight. I don't know what it is, but we're going to fight it. Thank you all for coming out, and we will see you later. We love you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.